Good evening, and you're very welcome along to episode 43 of the Sopherone Saga right here on Penny Dragon. My name is Dave Gibson, and I am the creator and also the Dungeon Master for all things Sopherone. So, first up, we have a few announcements to get through before we play some D&D. The Penny Dragon Summer Mega Bundle has landed and is still running, and it's packed full of exciting new lore, characters, monsters, and magic items. So you can build or expand your campaign library with these fantastic additions. You'll receive 4 mags of holding, 6 one-shot adventures, Tales from the Lorekeeper and Monstrous Escape, and Eisendore's Vault of Tragic Treasure. Plus, Penny Dragon bundled it all together and rolled a crit hit on the price, knocking the cost down a whopper 70%. For just $37, you'll get 30 new monsters, 400 magical items, and 800 pages of adventures. Head over to pennydragon.games to buy your bundle. So, you can usually find the most recent episodes of the Sopherone Saga right here on Twitch, while the earlier VODs for this stream and indeed the other streams are on Penny Dragon's YouTube channel and are all sorted nice and neatly into playlists. Please give that channel a like and a sub, and if you've already done that, you have our eternal gratitude. When he's not streaming with Penny Dragon, you'll find our very own Ryan up there or there, depending on if you have your screen inverted, over on TV, twitch.tv/DRange Rhino for all kinds of mischief as he plays various games from first-person shooters to platformers. Everyone is welcome, and if you haven't already, please give this wonderful human a follow, and if you can afford it, a sub over on Twitch. You're currently playing Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah,
how's
very good. Yeah? It's very good, and yeah, I got some very little friends that everyone should come and say hello to.
Excellent.
And I know
excellent.
Kate actually likes one of them for sure because I saw a clip of hers.
I see. Cool. So our merch store is up and running. Click the link in chat or the panel in our bio to get your hands on some epic Penny Dragon merch. Discounts are available for subscribers based on your subscription tier. Now let's fire up the crystal ball and see what the future might hold for the upcoming Penny Dragon streams. So, on Sunday, unfortunately, due to real life stuff, the Violet Madness is back on hiatus for a short while, but fear not, our very own Stephen, who is next to me there in the chat, who plays Erixium on this stream, and the dashingly handsome Sir Tyrion Shadowbane of the Violet Madness will be sitting into the DM throne on Sunday to take us through Sunless Citadel. You all prepped? You ready to go?
I'm sure we can find some chaos in there, but yeah.
Absolutely. Cool. So that's Sunday, so we're looking forward to that. Curse of Strahd is on Tuesday, so having now, and that's Carrick, who's DM Carrick, right there as well.
It is.
Having now arrived in, I thought it was Valakai, but you're saying Valaki?
I say Valaki, but I could be completely wrong.
Valaki,
yeah.
Okay. Cool. Having now arrived in Valaki, join us on Tuesday as our players set off with the famous monster hunter, I think it's Rudolph von Richten.
Rudolfo von Richten, I think
Rudolfo von Richten. It's Pet Saber 2 Tiger to take on an entire encampment of Vistani, who serve Lord Strahd. That should go well. Alternate Thursdays, Candlekeep. The teleportation to Parnes seemed mostly successful. With a time limit, the party press on south towards the marsh and stumble onto several dead bodies. Whatever the cause, 2 large bloated creatures rise up from out of the murk. Will the party survive to find their sunken wizard's tower? Part 2 of Beneath the Fetid Chelumber is coming up on Thursday. The Consequential Quintrivium is back on Friday, August 25th. So join DM Ryan and his crew as they play episode 4.
Yes.
All right. Episode 4. Party managed to track down their associate Dagmar and his sister Felixia after finding them in a cave that new residents had taken for their own. Quickly dispatched and with some info on their situation, found the group travel onwards and still with no hugs yet. Maybe they'll get some hugs. New residents were some giant spiders, if I recall correctly. That was good fun. Okay, that's it for the upcoming streams. Big thanks and of course much love to our Technomancer Christian, who's the Lord and Master of the Tech Dungeon, for keeping us on the air and looking sharp and out, and of course fireballing the trolls and goblins that sometimes find their way into chat to bother us. Our appreciation also goes out to our wonderful Twitch mods, who are the fastest fingers in the West. And we love you all. Is Linda in tonight? Is she back? There's Drew Kane in chat as well. Thanks for jumping in. I'd like to thank Kate from It's a Map for her killer cartography. Kate is responsible for all of the amazing maps you see in the Sopherone Saga, and you can find her on all of the socials as at It's a Map IRE, and her commissions are currently open. All of the music I use in the Sopherone Saga is courtesy of Tabletop Audio. They're up there in the jukebox, and you can use them in Roll20, which I do. And you can also influence the game yourselves directly from the comfort of your own wizard towers or dungeons. Things like channel points, subs, donations, and bits can offer a wide range of life-saving benefits to the players and their characters, or even the DM, so keep that in mind. Please be mindful to say in chat who will receive your boon, though, lest it go ungranted. And now, with all that out of the way, let's meet our wonderful players and find out a little bit about their characters. Tonight, though, we are down our half-orc Druid Lamud and our Dragonborn Barbarian Scales. Both are dealing with real-life stuff, and I'd like to take this opportunity to let them both know that they are loved and appreciated. Let's start with Carrick tonight.
Hey, I'm Carg. I'm playing Ren, our resident pyromaniac and haste dealer, I suppose, in the party, who is about to find out that his favorite target for that is gone, probably, and that's probably going to sting. So, stick by to see how that works.
Okay, Stephen, you're up.
I'm Stephen, and this evening I'm playing Oryxium Grimm, the lesser good side of the Brothers Grimm. He is a 6-foot human repentant sinner who continues to be unmarked.
Okay, Ryan, you're up.
Hi guys, I'm Ryan, aka Deranged Rhino, as you all know by now, and tonight I am playing the half-elf Mazelu Grimm, the other half of the Brothers Grimm. There is no good, there is no bad side, there is just us.
There is only Zool.
Yeah, there is only Zool. Exactly. I was going to say it, but I was like, no, I wonder if anyone will actually get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're crime-fighting duos, kicking ass and taking names, all in the name of the one true god, Bahamut.
Fuck yeah. Jonathan.
Hi everybody, I play Derek, a dwarf grave cleric that just barely escaped with his life, just to banish people.
Absolutely.
That was clutch. That was really close.
Yeah. You're a grave cleric of the Raven Queen, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Maybe some jobs come down the line from you sent from the capital city of Sopherone, to be relayed on.
I'll go through my notes now to check again what was that name again. So I found it.
Good, because I'm not sure I have it in my notes. Okay, excellent. So now for a quick recap. You join our heroes as they I'll start again. You join our heroes as they have arrived in the winter city of Artex, famed for its rejuvenating spring water, ice trade, and adamantine mines. Approaching the gates, the city guard, who recognized 2 Artex natives of the party, Mazelu and Oryxium Grimm, informed them that a masked vigilante, who called themselves the Spectre, has been murdering criminals by night. Clad in a very distinctive coat and mask, almost identical to the ones the party's wizard Ren carries, it seems echoes of the wizard's past have resurfaced. Arriving at the family townhouse, Mazelu Grimm discovered that his mother had recently left for wine country after receiving an invite to a wine tasting course from the vineyards of her favourite wine, Radolf Estate. But their first night at the townhouse did not go smoothly. A voice from the attic claiming to be a paladin called Sir Arthur Gawain, who was trapped in the hells, beseeched the party for aid while Oryxium's old patron began to speak with him once more. It wasn't until they bedded down for the night that the sash window silently opened and assassins with a chained undead monstrosity slipped into the house with murder on their minds. The battle was long and bloody, and we join our heroes in the aftermath. So, why did the Dragon Cult send such a powerful strike force to annihilate Oryxium if his patron wants him back? What will become of the child Evelyn Saber, rescued on the road now that she has been abandoned by Jaden Radolf? And when are the party going to tackle the serious issues in Artex and get that damned ice cream store back open? Only one way to find out. Let's play some D&D. Okay, so I'm going to move you over to the Grimm townhouse, and I have dutifully put it all on one map now, so it might take a second to load. Yes. So I'm going to plop you. You guys you should be able to move your tokens around. I'm going to shift. You should be at the ground floor, top left.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to shift once you have your tokens. I won't shift ping yet. So let's go from the top to the bottom. The attic, the 4th floor, scorched and burned. The smell of charred wood and burning carpet and charred bodies as well. Let's not forget those. Is strong in the air. Last I saw, Oryxium was still keeping guard outside the door with the summoning and protective circle. The front door has been broken in, and that heavy sleet and hail has kind of just left this kind of sludge of icy water, just maybe 20-30 feet in. And Boothby is the manservant, the house servant, is sort of dutifully kind of sweeping it out, and he's making doesn't seem like much of a craftsman. Boothby is like this 7-foot tall, thin, very, very pale and flabby skin kind of hanging in these long jowls and folds off the side of his head. And he's just got this kind of this glistening sheen to him all the time. Not necessarily sweat, but just this film that that just sort of lies upon him, and he's
Vapor rub.
yeah. He seems to be a kind of a gentle and a dutiful soul. And Mazzella, and Arixium too, you've known him for quite some time, and he's Lumbering Paddy says lick it. It's a map says, what's his Tinder name? So you guys, you know, he's always been there. He's always been that sort of one reassuring, calming force in the house. And like he's there now with the sweeping brush and just sweeping the stuff out. And when it comes to fixing the door, he's probably not the guy for that. But he knows who in the town to contact at this hour. So littered around these stairs and several floors are the remains of these dragon cultists who, again, as you see now, if you examine the bodies, you'll see these deformed tongues as whatever dragon-shaped brand has been depressed on their tongues. It's still it's been there a long time, but it's still very obvious. Is there anything you guys want to do with these bodies or do with the remains of the undead creature before we move on to the next day?
I mean, it would definitely be a good idea to try hide them at least, or get them out of like plain view, because there's a child running around and she's traumatized enough. And never mind
Evelyn's in the bedroom, right? Because that's where I left her, so she'll be safe there.
She does have a child's curiosity, though, but say that much.
I mean, like Ren will say, I mean, if there's a place where we can bring them that'll make less of a mess, I suppose you could chop them up and dump them in the bag for now. It's a bit gruesome, but
there certainly won't be any chopping. I'll tell you that for now.
Why not just drag them out into the street and put a tarp over them?
It'll stink, and then attract attention.
It's cold outside. It might not affect it straight away. It's not a bad idea. Although I don't want this outside the front door, so... I
mean, we could dig a... I don't think we want to bury that around here, and he'll kind of look at the corpse of the undead thing.
Yeah, the corpse of the undead thing, it was this very, very... vital maybe is the wrong word, but it was brimming with power, and its own life was intense, and of course it was a kind of a magic wielding undead creature. And let me just pull up the viewers who weren't here last time.
And Drew Kane says knit a flesh suit to add +12 to stealth.
No.
Yeah. Where death.
That's called disguise self, my friend.
Deathlock Mastermind. Here, I'll drag him out here, and I will. I'll shift ping him, so you guys can see. Now this thing arrived. Where do you? There he is. Let's go. Let's shift to see that bad boy. This thing arrived on a chain. The fucking firebolts and fireballs all over the shop. And you guys, it is still there now. It just looks like it. Maybe when it was alive, it was holding its breath, and when you killed it, it just exhaled this long breath and just kind of not shrunk down, but almost the power keeping it upright just failed, and its bones kind of crumpled in on itself. So, that's there as well. So, I'm not going to put a clock on this, but you are going to need to make sure, you're going to need to make a call on this. Now, standard laws apply in as much as they broke into your house, so...
I'm going to instruct Derek and Ren if they can, and Scales. I don't know how much Scales is active here necessarily.
Scales went to sleep at the end.
If somebody wants to control, somebody wants to pilot Scales, they certainly can.
It was more just a passive thing of just getting Scales to move the bodies downstairs into the kitchen, essentially.
What were we eat? Food's prepped.
Don't worry, prestidigitation does a lot.
I know, but
Mosby, do you have Father's summer cart that we could perhaps fill?
Yes, it's Boothby he's kind of busy, and it Oh, thank you, Drew Kane, for the bless for the DM. What are we at now? Where am I? So I've got two. Excellent. So Boothby is just kind of like fighting this losing battle of like, because the hail is strong now and it's coming in. It doesn't seem to bother him. You get the impression that his existence is toil. His existence is work, and instead of having to wander around the house finding things to do, I mean, this is the gift that literally is like, just it keeps on giving. So he's tipping away and he stops and he says, "Yes, allow me to fetch it. It's in the back garden."
Please, thank you, Boothby.
And Boothby rocks through. I'm going to open this door if anyone wants to. What does it do? Locked door opened. So yeah, he goes out to the back garden and he comes back through the house carrying this heavy kind of pine wheelbarrow thing, which seems to have like it looks. It shouldn't have been left out in the weather, but it has, and it has this kind of warp in it. So every time he kind of the wheel goes around once, it kind of jugs to the left, and it has this kind of squeak to it, and he goes, "Yes, what fruits will you be depositing in it?"
The fruits of our labours, Boothby.
I was just about to fucking say that.
And throw the body in it.
I see. What would Sir like me to do with these? And you can see he kind of looks down. He looks down at the pile of bodies that he has in this thing, and give me an insight check.
There we go. It's not. Yeah, it is 10.
Yeah, he seems happy enough to bring these out into the day, into the night of a very civilized city. That
isn't it morning? It was like early morning.
It's dark a lot up here in the mountains, and it's not called the Winter City for nothing.
Yeah.
So the morning times are generally dark. So he kind of I heard the Boothby. You throw on 3 of those master thieves, and they're typically when a person dies, the bowels evacuate and all this kind of stuff. So it's not a pleasant task. And I love how jaunty the music is while we're discussing this.
That's the case.
It's not a pleasant.
Digitate as they get moved, just to make Boothby's life a bit easier.
I'm going to argue that you need to see the exact mess you need to press it. Digitate. It's currently in their leather trousers.
I would also say, should we not check if there's any information on the corpses before we dispose of said corpses?
Please feel free. Hey Andy, Rugby Center says Dave loves these gross details. I hate it so much. Sorry, it's reality.
In that sense,
D&D is the reality of D&D.
Should we not check the corpses in case there's any, letters or instructions or orders?
Feel free to do that if you wish.
Yeah, I mean, Ren will have a quick rifle through the pockets.
Okay,
go on.
So give me a quick investigation then, please.
I'm decent at this. I am playing.
This is for the 3 master thieves that you currently have in the little wheelbarrow.
Where is it?
It's a map. I already wants to know why you're hiding them.
We're not.
16 or 16. We'll take the 16. So I suppose, with a 16, you find on these three dead master thieves. Now they've been, and it's quite obvious who killed these ones. They've heavy glaive wounds, and many of them, and you can see, that they've been quite literally cut to shreds. The white of bone beneath split flesh and stuff like that.
Yeah.
As you search through, you don't find any scraps of paper or rolled up orders. What you do find are 3 diamonds. They all had 1 diamond each. And you find that they both had 2. Each of them had 2 + 1 daggers. So you've got 6 + 1 daggers.
Yeah, Ren will be just hold up the daggers and they're magical.
Yep.
Free money kind of look on his face.
Stuff like this at what level are we now? We're all level
7.
7? Yeah. So look,
8?
Stuff like simple stuff like +1 daggers and +1 longswords. I'm not going to require you guys do any kind of identify spells now.
Yeah.
You can tell that kind of stuff.
Are these daggers just generic looking daggers, or are they very clearly culty daggers?
I mean, a kind of a mix between the two. There is some nice kind of multi-headed dragon motifs on them, on the blade and stuff like that.
Is there any that look like? Is there one at least that looks the least like evil and conspicuous? Is there any, or are they all kind of the same?
I'd say one of them might be the oldest, and that little motif on the base of the blade has kind of worn off a little bit.
Yeah, Ren will take that one and replace his normal dagger with that. Yeah.
Okay. No worries. All right.
More stabbing power.
You now have a dragon cult +1 dagger. You can put that in there.
Could be useful.
I get a wisdom saving too. I'm only messing.
Not again.
Yeah.
I just typed in dragon cult +1 dagger. Okay, no, that's not a thing.
Ryan.
Since all the fighting stopped and stuff, and we've been moving around the house doing this kind of stuff. Is there any feeling of being watched? I'm checking out the windows and stuff as I go around, but also, I'm assuming at some point or another, I've had one of my order view at me from a distance, and I just wonder if I have any feeling of that at all.
Very interesting. I suppose give me trying to think between religion and perception here, because they would be, if I could meld the two, I would.
Right.
But give me a perception check. I mean, you should be good at that as well, given it's a wisdom-based skill. So just give me a perception check.
Okay, 13.
13. A lot of the windows are open and they've been smashed in. So there is this kind of cross breeze blowing through the house that sort of, has woken the dust up and sort of really, really aired out the house. So it's hard to tell. You haven't got that sense of the place that you used to have. If a house has character, it's been sort of maybe blown out for now until the windows are closed again. But you do sense the remnants of something. Hard to tell what it is.
Okay, cool. Yep, cool.
Sorry, I just want to. So we don't know at what time exactly it is now.
You're probably looking at about 6 or 7 in the morning. It's still quite dark.
Well, Rickson will have instructed Boothby just to take the bodies to the end of the property and dump them out. That this is an attack.
And he's like, yes, excellent, sir, excellent. And he kind of, and you can see he knows that this kind of warp in the wheel is coming up, and he kind of he adjusts his body for it, and he dumps them out. So let me just get a bunch of master thieves here.
I continue to search them every time there's a new load, just to make sure that we're not missing anything.
You sure can, yeah. Give me 1 second now. Death Clock Mastermind. Doot. So there's that fella there. Let's give him a little X. He's out in the street now. And we have a couple of master thieves. 6 in total, if I remember correctly.
Do you want me to make another investigation check for that? Or
yeah, I will certainly take that off you in 1 second.
Also, it's a bit overkill, but I'm going around trying to board up the windows, but I'm using my warhammer to bang the nails in. Don't.
Okay, yeah.
Making sure they're not coming out anytime soon.
Yeah,
and just a quick blessing of the hammer on each window.
It's easy enough to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's give these guys all X's. So yeah, look, that's easy enough to do. It's 7 o'clock, 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and it's not long after Boothby upends this wheelbarrow that there is absolute and pure fucking chaos as people walk by. The first person walks by and is like, "By the Platinum Dragon! Oh, by the gods! Call the guards! And there's just pure chaos. The guards. It's not long until you hear that sound of that kind of rhythmical running sound of chainmail and almost perpetually out of breath city guard and
before they get to the door, I cast Disguise Self.
Okay, so what do you
just extra number 5? Ren just doesn't look like Ren.
Okay, no worries. Do you want to describe? This might.
I mean, he's instead of the brunette, like, bearded figure, he's like blonde hair, shaved. Instead of the purple eyes, they're kind of just a normal brownish color. Like, he just made himself look like a generic whoever.
Okay,
indiscriminate, like nothing standout-ish.
Here in the march of chain and plate mail, and the screaming, Erexium will make his way outside, and as he does, he'll probably turn to the rest and say, "It could be best for you to stay inside. This is family business." Oh, yeah.
Ren will turn and look at Scales as he says, "Stay inside."
Drew Kane says Ren looks like a stitched-up flesh suit.
Yeah, exactly.
With Erexium's help, I'm hoping, because I'm not very strong, I'm going to start just piling the bodies up, like, together, like.
Yeah.
Okay, let's plop them all on top of each other over here. Make a nice little flesh sculpture in the garden.
Just more like taking out the trash kind of thing,
Yeah, no worries. They're all kind of
making
nice.
a snowman.
Pop open the wheelie bin, just drop in a corpse,
Yeah, so you're good to go. So as curiously, the first person to arrive is Commander Bartholomew, and he's like,
good.
And he's by the wings of the Platinum Dragon. What? Yeah, how did I know? How did I know it'd be you two? You've got some serious explaining to do, boys.
I could say the same thing for you, yeah.
What's your manners?
No offense, Commander, but under your guard's watch, my father's house was attacked, oh yeah? A leading member of the Church of the Platinum Dragon, his household was beheaded, oh yeah? But no guards were in the area at the time.
Well, as I think you know, son, my job is to guard the gates, as is my men's jobs to guard the gates. Now, once we get at the bottom of what happened here, I'm pretty sure we can figure the rest of it out ourselves. What the fuck is that?
Dead.
That is some trash for you to get rid of.
Rugby Saturn says, guard the gates, and why are you here?
Yeah.
Well, I see. Where do they fucking come from?
I'd like to know the same, and surely one of your guards around the walls would be able to tell us who was asleep on duty.
You watch your tongue, sir.
Well, they either came
none of my men fall asleep on duty.
Well, they either came underground or over the walls. If they came underground, we have no idea. If they came over the walls, then someone was asleep.
Or there's a third possibility, sir.
And what's that?
They were already in here, and they've been here for quite some time.
Either way, they would have had to make their way in somewhere.
Would you...
He leans down and he kind of begins to examine them, and you can see he's been on military campaigns, and the collective smell of all six of these human men, it's disgusting, and luckily that kind of shifting wind, that heavy hail is sort of it's petered out to a kind of a just this thick heavy kind of rain now, and it's not as violent as it was when they opened the sash windows to your townhouse and broke in, but it's still, the smell is still prevalent in the air, and he's like he's kind of rifling through the pockets, and he's like, curious, these men have got several scabbards for knives, but no knives. And they've got pouches, but nothing in the pouches. Could it be, Mazzello and Erexium, you may have gone through, maybe started my job for me in advance of my arrival?
I can say to you that there was a number of weapons that were attained. They can be yours, available if you want them.
Yes, I want them made available right now.
I'll just turn around
Ren's
and
in the house doing it.
seeing that Ren's not Ren, but I think I'm smart enough to put two and two together.
He would have made a
I'm
point
gonna
of
kind of-
telling you as like he heard the chainmail and clacking of guards moving. He would have made a point of like, oh yeah,
I'm gonna like click my fingers and be like, Chamberman, bring out those weapons, please.
yeah, just a kind of annoyed look on Ren's face as he waddles out. He's made himself look a bit fatter as well, and he's just kind of walks out and he takes his bag and he just starts pulling out the blades and he just hands them over to the guard captain.
While
And then he takes the one on his side and he's like,
Can I just clarify? You're taking the bags out of your bag of holding.
they were in the bag of holding, but like,
Okay.
he's
Yeah.
just taking them out and handing them on.
could I just?
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
He's not
Oh,
going to find
something-
anything he doesn't know is already in there. So
No, it's just curious that a chamberman has a bag of holding. That's all.
he'll just say it's Mazella's if he's asked.
Okay. All right.
Well, hopefully he won't notice if I can get this out. While Mazelu turns to call the chamber boy, Oryxium will lean in and goes, Commander Bartholomew,
What was that?
you rightly said you guard the walls and the gates, oh yeah. Do you know Jenna Sharpspear?
That I do, sir. That I do.
It's just, I assume she patrols in the city limits.
Yeah, still investigating that murder, sir. That murder. That awful bastard. The Spectre. Maybe this is his work. Maybe these are his men.
No, I doubt they're affiliated, but what I ask you is, who commands her and why are they missing all of these large crimes? Just kind of put a subterfuge in there, like distract them, make them think while...
Okay. Yeah. And... give me a quick little out.
Because the gatesman ran to our house in the middle of the city, but the city...
Well, no, he ran. So
It's just him.
No. So there are city guard that arrived alongside with him. Now his job is to move from gate to gate and oversee that things. So it's reasonable to assume that that's the reason that he's here.
Right.
Whether that is the reason that he's here is another. That's up to you. So he kind of thinks that one over and he goes, she's doing her best, as is everyone who's in charge here, But
And we appreciate your fastidious in this matter.
well, thank you, sir. Thank you. Look, yeah, and as if on cue, is this kind of clank, 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 and up this path walks a very familiar figure to you, as I point out her Guardian Berethia, accompanied by somebody called you don't have her name yet, but anyway, Guardian Berethia is there, and she's like, so this massive half-orc woman with a huge axe over it's a maul actually, I think, over her back, and she arrives there and she's all right, and there's a bunch of platinum dragon acolytes there, look to be fairly handy in a fight, but definitely not the big guns, and she's all right. All right, Commander Bartholomew, thank you. This is I tell you, we might take it from here then. And Commander Bartholomew is like, what do you mean take it from here? City guard business. An house has been broken into, it's murder. And she says, I think there might be a little bit more to it than that. I think you find on further investigation, this could overlap into temple business. And he's like, well, I shall remain here until it does overlap into temple business. And there's a bit of a standoff, and you can see the guards, the city guards that are there, sort of, they've kind of attached themselves to Commander Bartholomew, and they're there just kind of eager to maybe get into a little bit of a tussle with the temple guard. And the temple guard, the acolytes, they're not green, but they're not too experienced either. And there is, there's a potential for this to spill over into a kind of an embarrassing situation.
Okay. Can I step in the middle of them?
Of course you can. Yeah.
So I'm going to step into the middle of them and just facing Commander Bartholomew and just say, I might urge you just to take a look at the base of that blade very quickly.
I'll hold up the blade and hand, so I can see it properly.
Are you giving him your hand to take it off you?
No, I'm just.
Do not give Mizella the blades and then run back inside like a good
No, I
little
didn't run back
chain
inside.
monkey.
I had the bag of blades. I took them out of the blade. I'm gonna hand him like hand to hilt of the blades and hand.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I'm holding the knife. He's holding the blade, like the hilt kind of thing.
And you're handing it to Commander Bartholomew.
Yeah. It's only my face I've really disguised. I should be fine. Oh shit.
Said you were making yourself look fat.
Yeah, fat. You didn't say my hands.
Otherwise.
Body maybe.
So you're just
When did I specify fat?
like you're a third of the way through the character creation thing in Hero Forge, right?
Exactly,
Just the body and
He
everything
looks
else.
weird.
Really
He looks
Get
weird.
the fuck out of here.
He's basically
okay.
a T-Rex at this point.
True Kane says, I see Ren has played Knifey Bladey before.
I'm just going to click him and wave him off like.
Oh yeah. In that case, I'll.
Okay, yeah, with a 19, his Solus says looks like a straw swallowed a pea.
Exactly.
And so he does reach out and his hand brushes your wrist a little bit as he reaches out to take it, and you can see for a second the eyebrow raise as you turn and walk in. That's as far as it goes.
Yeah, I've already gone.
Yeah, and Mizella and Orixium, you can see he kind of looks, and the gaze kind of follows him inside. But apart from that, then nothing else comes of it. So he takes a dagger and he looks it over and he goes, and you can see the blood pressure beginning to kind of build in the face the realization comes through that this probably is indeed temple business and not he'll have to someone will have to write a report. Whether it's him or not, that's a different story. But so yeah, he kind of looks at it and he goes, well, I see what you mean, sir. And Guardian Baratheon standing there like maybe she's 6'7", I think. She is tall as fuck and built as fuck. She's beefy, and she's decked out in full temple armor now, and she does have her great fucking maul there, and she kind of looks down at him like, come on. They're about telling me is like he's nowhere near that height. He's kind of looking up at her, and she's there. She doesn't say "I told you so," but she's like, right. Thank you for your assistance, Commander Bartholomew. I believe we'll take it from here. If you want to leave some city guard here, certainly we can probably try and get this mess cleared up once it's been investigated properly. And he goes, very well. Very well. I'll let off then. And he goes, you men stay here. You're under. Takes a deep breath. He goes, you're under the authority of the temple guard for now. Don't let that sting too much, boys. And as he walks off, you can see he pops the silver into the hands of 6 city guard. And
before he walks off,
yeah,
if I can, I'll just put my hand on his shoulder and I'll just say, I really do appreciate how fast you were on the scene for this today. And
I was
also
passing through, sir. I was making my way from the west gate to the east gate.
Is everything okay?
Just running the round, sir. And, chaos and confusion, and lots of folks screaming the ass down.
Well,
when I got here, I figured, don't fucking blame him.
My apologies for the disturbance to the town and to the city today.
That's not your fault, sir, but
No,
unless you're saying it is.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's never nice for anyone to have to see this kind of sight, and I appreciate that.
No. So, yeah, I mean, probably not the best idea to dump them out in the front of the street while folks are making their way to work, but I mean, Yeah.
Honestly, I figured the weather might cover it, but it seems to have eased up just since we've dropped him out, to be honest.
Funny, isn't it?
Vigilance is important.
Also,
People
I just
now
want...
know to lock their doors.
Exactly.
I think they knew anyway, sir, but you know.
Just as a side note,
Yeah.
I wanted to let you know that I did make that deposit in your name, so
Thank
the
you,
people
sir.
who are there will be happy to hear that from you.
Oh, I appreciate that, sir.
Of course.
But just more for the charity, sir, not for the acclaim. You know what I mean?
I know, but it's nice to know that the people understand their guards are looking after them.
That's my job, sir. It's my duty.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
you do it very well.
Thank you, sir. Well, I'll be off.
Yes.
Yeah, I was heading to the East Gate anyway. Right. And he kind of trots off and looks over his shoulder, shakes his head, and you can see him kind of making that dust in the hands motion as he's kind of happy to be rid of all this as well. Still curious. And he walks off, and Berethia, Guardian Berethia just leans into Drew Kane says that is exactly how to deal with real fuzz.
Did he take the blade? Or did he hand it back?
No, he handed it back to Berethia because,
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So as soon as he saw what that was, and he realized that this is definitely a temple matter, he handed it over.
Okay.
Berethia is currently just kind of turning it over in her hand. Yeah.
Ren would have disappeared back around the corner and then into a room where he's out of sight, and then he would have.
Okay. Well, you can move your token to wherever your token.
No, I did that. I did that already. I had to move back during the conversation, then he walked back out as himself.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Grand Berethia, would you come in for a cup of tea?
She's standing over you, turning the knife over, and she's looking at you. She goes, well, Miss Edu. It's always you two, isn't it? It's always you two at the centre of all this shite.
Well, you can't say we don't keep you entertained.
You think this is entertaining for me? This is a goddamn bloody fucking shitstorm is what it is, Mazzello. A shitstorm. Dragon cult in my city. Coming for you too. What have you been up to?
We haven't been up to anything. It's a case of them trying to take back what they think is theirs.
All right. Is that all it is, Mazzello? Is it?
As far as I'm aware, unless there is something hidden within these people, but there was nothing that we garnered to say it was anything different other than a revenge to rid my brother of his life.
She steps right up to you, Rick, and she goes, well, brother. Can you tell me any different? Do you know anything more about this than he's letting on?
No.
That's a deception check, please. As her eyes bore into you.
Tell me now, dice.
Oh,
Nice.
It's not bad.
There's a +7 to this. I'm just going to just saying.
Of course she does. She's a high cleric.
Fuck.
22. She goes, all right. And you do. It's hard to meet her stare, and it's hard, especially given that she's so big and so imposing. And she does carry with her that righteous power and that righteous energy of a high cleric, well, a high battle cleric. And she kind of walks past and shoulders you a little bit. She goes, well, we'll get to the bottom of this, won't we? Inside.
Is she shouldering her way towards the house?
Yeah. She looks at you. Are you wearing your coat?
Ren hasn't worn his coat since well before we got here.
Okay,
He
that's
hasn't worn
fine,
that since the Temple of the Nature because it's
Okay,
destroyed.
okay. No worries.
He needs to go shopping.
She looks at you a little bit and she goes, all right.
Good to meet you.
Easy.
I'll step out of the way.
And she walks here and she goes, and she walks past Derek and she goes, all right. We don't recognize you then. Temple of the Raven Queen, is it?
It is, but don't look down on me.
That's all.
Hard not to.
And she does crack a smile on that one. And she looks at you and she goes, we don't recognize you from around the city. You sent sent here from another city? On detachment, as it were?
Indeed, I am.
Right. Good to know. She walks past.
Yeah.
She goes in. I don't token for her, but she sits down on the.
Well, that Scales has stood right there. If she like, there is a
Scales
dragon
is asleep up in the attic.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's just the talk of the new map.
Alright.
Well, she walks in. Orixium will turn to Mazel and go, should we leave?
And Mazedu kind of makes that as if he's going to tiptoe away, and then sees the acolytes there and is like, I bet we best not.
Cool. So she comes in and sits down, and she says, "All right then." And then Boothby kind of just gently glides up and goes, "Yes, hello, sir, madam, all of the above. Would you like a cup of tea or something stronger or anything like that?" And she goes, "Well, I suppose I'll have something stronger, given the fucking mess these two have got us into. Right, Mazellu? We'll have a short one. Give me a double." He goes, "Very good, miss."
As he walks
out of the mess.
as he walks past, I'm just going to kind of, the lean over and whisper into the ear and just say, "A double for her is a pint, so don't be stingy."
Okay, cool.
And Ryan just like, as Boothby walks past, do like a one for me too, like gesture.
And as she sits down, you hear a kind of disturbance outside as two more guards come along, and you can see now one of them is a half elf, maybe about 120 looking about that. So he's got like long black hair tied into a thick braid here, and it's going down kind of a French plait, and then into a normal kind of a long braid down his back. He is dressed in temple armor, and he arrives there, and you can see he's wielding these two short swords by his side, and he has a hammer over his back. You can see he has a vicious scar all the way down here. Like, looks like just doesn't look like it was done quickly. In battle, it's jagged and it's twisted. Looks like it was done very deliberately, and leads you to believe that maybe he was tortured or something like that. And he walks in and he sees Guardian Berethia, and he begins to sign to her, and she signs back.
Just to check, this is our temple colors, right? It's not. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. It's like he's wearing the raiment of the Platinum Dragon.
Okay. Yeah.
And he begins to sign to her, and she signs back, and you can see he kind of he, in response to whatever she signs to him, he kind of makes this gurgling chuckle, and you can see as he laughs, his tongue has been ripped out, which is why he's signing. And he begins, and then she signs something else to him, and his expression goes from one of joviality to just laser focus, and he walks outside, hands behind his back, very kind of business-like walk. He walks out, and that's the last you see of him.
Do either of the Grimms know this man?
Give me a history check.
Can I help you with that?
You've never seen him. Yeah, you can certainly help. 20. This is Linar Bladesong. He has history with the Dragon Cult. And the story goes that he was captured and tortured for information, to which he chewed off his own tongue to lessen the chance of them making him talk.
Nice. Fucking hell.
He subsequently escaped. New favorite character alert, says Drew Kane.
Yeah.
As he walks out, and so he kind of walks out, and Grant. So when he goes, Guardian Berethia sits down and he goes, "Right, Mazzello. Right, brother. Erixium.
Yes,
From the
sir.
fucking top. From the top. And don't leave fucking anything out, right? I want all the gory details. I want it all. If I feel you're keeping it back for these fucking solo runs you two go on, your own little adventuring fucking stories, I'd personally cut your bollocks off. Alright? With me hammer. It'll take a while. But they'll be cut off. Now, Mazelu.
Does she mean that?
Yes. Oh
Yes.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Mazelu, you don't even need to
Oh,
roll
yeah.
to know that she fucking
Yeah.
means that.
Yeah, Ren's eyes just widen and he kind of winces a bit. And then when he
There's one of the acolytes. Well, it might not be an acolyte at this point, but there's an acolyte back when I was training up that's got a foot that's as flat as a pancake because she dropped the hammer on it.
Fair enough.
So she's sitting on this chair, this sofa here, is it?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll come and sit into what would be my father's chair. We bedded down for the night, tried to take our evening's rest, got around to the early hours of the morning when our friend Derek here
Right.
was accosted by one of these gentlemen. That alerted the house, to which we all then jumped into action and did what was needs be to rid this house of the evil.
Right, and why do you think they came for you here
Well,
in the stronghold of the city of the Winter City? Why do you think
as I
they
said,
attacked you here and not on the road before you got here? What do you think that is?
well,
I'd love to hear it.
Commander Bartholomew seemed to think there had been no incursions over the last evening or two, which makes me believe, and made him believe, that maybe they were already here. I'd say they were probably laying in wait until we returned.
Right, now do they know you were... hey, Morgan, thanks for joining us, man. How do you think they knew you were coming back?
Well, they probably didn't. They were probably just told to wait here and see if we did.
Right.
Well, I
see,
mean-
I see.
That's the only thing I can assume, because until we actually turned up ourselves, we didn't know we were coming back at that moment either.
I see. All right. Yeah, well, yeah. Curious, Anna. You didn't even know you were coming back. Yeah, they seem to know you were coming back.
Oh, as I said, were waiting for us.
Right,
There's plenty of ways to spy on people on the road.
I will say as well, though, that I do find it rather curious that both my mother and my father were sent away at the very same time.
Your mother weren't sent away.
Well, okay.
She got an
my father
invitation.
Yes. Which we are yet to define as to whether it was a true invitation or something else. We had
Right.
been threatened out in the road by by the gentleman I spoke to you about last.
Right, I see. That
And
Valder fella, was it?
that's the one indeed.
Right, the King's man, you said.
Yes.
The King's
Piece
man,
of
yeah.
work.
Is she the only temple representative in this room other
Right
than
now.
the Grimms?
Yes.
Right, okay. I just want to see if anyone else was reacting when she said Valder, that's all.
Yeah,
No.
Ren's going to shut the door after that name gets mentioned.
She looks over and she goes,
I'm assuming you don't want the involvement getting out either.
so hold on, you've gone from manservant.
I was not the manservant on front of her. I had
Oh,
contact
okay.
with them.
And she goes,
Yeah.
who's your mate? Mazelu?
He's this gentleman.
Dropping these little nuggets of wisdom.
I'll introduce myself. My name's Ren. I've been, I suppose, traveling with these guys for, what, about 2.5 weeks? 3 weeks? I look around, he's not really been keeping track of time. We
Right.
met in the graveyard these guys were sent to.
All right, go on then, Ren. Tell me more.
What do you want to know? How we met? How Valder has repeatedly tried to kill us for some crazy fucking evil plan that he seems to have going on?
Right. What's his crazy evil plan then, Ren?
I don't know exactly, but it can't be good. He's going around looting tombs of forgotten heroes.
Right. All right. Sounds like you're wrong to me, Ren, doesn't it? So, tell me what else you know about this fella. Maybe we can put together a strike force and we'll take him out ourselves, Ren. What?
Ren will look over to Mazzello and be like, kind of just give him the, do I keep talking look?
You shouldn't have even started. Look.
Behind Mazzello's chair, there is a silent image of a pseudo dragon going like this.
No.
I'm gonna look towards.
She mentioned the name, so he's assuming Mazzello when he got back reported on it. That's why he's
I'm gonna look towards her and just say, I can assure you, what he is telling you is true, and I can tell from your reaction, there's no polite way to say this. You don't seem to be taking it very seriously.
Well, as he's been talking, like she's been looking at him and then looking at you, and looking at him and then looking at you and then looking at him and looking at you, like going like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, but so that's why I'll say to her, like, although he may seem a little impetuous with his words, he is telling the truth. This is what I was trying to say to you in your office as well, is that this man, he's not doing anything of the king's will, or that I believe to be.
Right.
He butchered one of our friends for petty revenge. He's a bad person.
Who's your friend then that you butchered?
Braytak, an old druid who lived in the woods around Templetown.
Braytak, eh? I can't say I know him. Right.
Didn't seem to like, he's not the most social creature.
I can tell you from my perspective that what he did to this man is nothing short of an abomination.
Necromancy, plain and true.
Necromancy, you say?
Brought him back as some undead abomination that we had to put down. So, yeah, necromancy.
Right, well, that doesn't sit well with me, or the tenets of our church. You are aware that there is a wide spectrum of faith allowed in this kingdom.
I am aware. Some religions
necromancy is not forbidden. It is frowned upon in most cities.
But to create a necromantic monster is forbidden.
Right.
And that's exactly what he did.
I'll put it
out
this
of their
way.
friend.
If he had have left that creature down in the church in Templetown where he'd left it and it escaped, probably would have slaughtered the town. Definitely would have slaughtered the town.
I see. All right. Well, you see my difficulty here, Mazzello. If he's the king's man, and he's guilty of all these crimes that you say, your evidence is going to have to be fucking ironclad.
I know.
There are ways to force people to tell the truth. You know, magics that can do it.
There's also ways.
Happily testify if you want to.
There's always magics as well to get around that, as Berethia here is well versed to.
Well, Dazzly Cat, thanks for the raid. Cheers for dropping in.
Awesome, thank you.
She goes, right, well, I get that, but there's also the magic of fucking politics to get us into that situation in the fucking first place. Right? How in the 9 L's do you think we're going to get the king's man, who you said is his fixer, or something like that? We're going to ever get him into a position where we can accuse him of any crimes. So this is why I'm telling you, Mazzello, you need to button your fucking hole up. And until you have fucking ironclad proof and the forum in which to deliver it, you need to watch your step.
I am aware of this. And that is why the only person I have entrusted this knowledge to is yourself. Being the only one of our order.
And I can't say I thank you for it, Mazzello. This is knowledge I would rather not have.
I know, but I'm
on
sure
my shoulders.
I'm sure you'd rather not.
My amazing shoulders.
I'm sure you would prefer it if I wasn't lying to you, though. And I wouldn't like to lie to you, so you asked me what had happened, and I told you.
I get that. But you also made some... Oh, I'm sorry. The brother has something to say. What's this?
This knowledge may be a burden, but it is better not to be burdened and see the knife coming.
Sure, which I
We
saw.
may not have evidence to prove it, but if this man approaches this city, you know not to trust.
Does he have a book of quotes in his pocket or something?
I have no pockets.
He's very wise.
Right, I see.
As they're kind of describing this, Ren will kind of splay his hands slightly, and using minor illusion, he'll kind of craft an image of Valder's face. Like, you see this, man? Something's going wrong. Something is very clearly going wrong. Or about to. And he'll...
Interesting, you should do that. Can I get insight checks from everyone in the room, please?
Oh, shit.
At that moment, he knew.
I don't know what I've done wrong here. I'm just showing her off.
No, if she knows him,
22.
if she knows him, that could be bad news for me.
Bad news or good news?
15. Fucking... Why did I give a room full of fucking clerics? Fucking inside check rolls. Okay, cool.
You've got the intelligent people.
It's just all the clerics just pointing at each other like Spider-Man.
When you do that, her eyebrow, like, it's not obvious, but the DC was 20, so Rixium and Mizelu,
I'm focused on creating the image. So
you kind of, you see her eyes narrow for a split second, and then she's back to who she was, and she says, right. I'll remember that face, so I will.
Talking about Baldur's.
and look, he's already out to kill us. If he comes to get us, he comes to get us. Fuck it, guys.
So,
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
other than
He's told you the full story.
we need to fix up the place in the morning, so that's it.
You look wonderful today. Oh, yeah.
You saying that to her?
Yeah.
Even Mazzetto's giving him a look of, why in the fuck would you say that?
Here, give me a straight charisma check.
Please be low.
Oh yeah! Where is Master?
Oh,
Get in there, Rixium. Get in there.
fucking God. 24.
Is this that moment where their relationship changes forever?
And that kid is how I met your
I
mother.
think it might be.
Baratheon will remember that.
Guardian Baratheon. She kind of looks at you, and give me just you, Rixium. Give me an insight check. DC. He seems you. Okay, so like with 24 charisma check, I'm gonna bring the DC down to 16.
Yeah, throw blessing on this as well. Oh, dear God. Instead of use it, so I'd use it.
Yeah, she definitely reacts, but she doesn't. You don't sort of see the full range of that reaction, but you get the vibe that you definitely caught her off guard, which is rare for her. It's at this point there's a knock on this door here,
Randall kind of open it and like peek out the corner.
and it's Linar Bladesong, who walks in carrying a handful of tongues.
Rand just kind of gives him the brief up and down. He's like, okay.
Yeah,
I respect. It's like a look of respect.
They're in your face.
Yeah.
And he just walks in and he goes and walks over here. Don't be talking for him, but he sits down there and just plops them all down on the thing there, and she goes, "Oh right." She.
I don't suppose you took a spare ear for my friend back there either, did you?
Plenty of them out there if you want. You're gonna slap an old human ear on.
Actually,
None of you know
Guardian
of anyone
breath,
who
yeah.
can fix this, do you? Actually,
What?
clerics.
What?
Oh, come on, man.
Mazzelu was going to ask kind of nicely, but as Ren's like just kind of shouting it over him, he's just like, all right, I'll leave it to you.
Like, I don't mean to be like change the topic, but this is really starting to bother me. It's been what, about 4 weeks since I've lost it.
It looks
And it's-
disgusting. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, I mean, you're people of the church. The church is healers. You don't know of anyone who could help me out with this situation.
Oh, I mean, we get you a regenerate spell. It could just run you about 20,000 gold.
Okay. Any other solutions to that? Because I have.
I do happen to know a small gnome in the Arcanist district that might be able to help you out with that.
Tried to get in there yesterday and
Oh,
walked through
right,
the mist
right,
and
well-
got redirected.
Yeah, it does that, doesn't it?
Uh,
You need to be invited.
fair.
And
Kind of
once you're invited...
kind of like a vampire situation, isn't it? You have to invite them in the
Yeah,
house.
let's not talk about given
let's not
given
talk
our
about
current
that.
company. Yeah,
Probably,
just,
yeah.
yeah. Wow. Right.
Like I
Don't talk
said,
about it lest it should show its face and all that, you know.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Right, well, I tell you what, yeah, well, look, I tell you what, you come back to me, or else, actually, you know what, don't. When you
It
get
doesn't smell great.
entrance, you manage to get entrance to the Arcanist district, right here in the city of Artex, you let Mazzelu know, and I'll give him a name. You can go and see him.
You don't know how I could go about getting entrance?
Well, I do, but, you know,
Don't like you.
where's the fun in that?
Fair enough.
Also, everyone else who got entrance were either born here, went to college here, or worked the hard way.
It's the hard way.
showing some initiative.
Exactly.
Hey, I've done that.
You did listen in school, didn't you, Vizelu?
I didn't have a
guys have
choice with
schools?
you shouting it at me.
It's tough love, Vizelu. You've turned out all right so far. Just, maybe your judgment is a little askew. So, right. And you can hear this kind of gargled laughter as Lionel Blade's song sort of laughs through the absence of a tongue. And he picks up the rest of the tongues and just puts them in a pouch and walks off.
Oh, the urge to make a joke about that is... Oh, I'm not going to, though.
Guardian breath, yeah. Can I assume that you'll help with the disposal of the bodies?
No, I think we leave that to city guard out there. I think I spotted a wheelbarrow right back there in the kitchen there, so maybe your man can give him a loaner of that, or else they'll bring their own. But Temple Guard, if we've sorted out our end of things, we might send them poking around the house. You all right with that? In fact, you know what? I think I might do the rounds myself.
That's perfectly acceptable. However, I would say that
She walks
the
out
top floor, I'll follow her out then, and I'm kind of walking around the house with her, and I'll explain. The top floor has been quite severely fire damaged, so I don't think the flooring is actually structurally safe right now.
Okay, so you're clearly trying to keep her out of that room with the summoning circle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give me a deception check.
Can I assist by pointing to the numerous burns all over Ren's body?
Sure.
Yeah, he'll just kind of be like, yeah, it's bad up there.
I'm so bad at deception. I'm a good character.
Yeah.
14, and you know what? I'm going to throw a bless on that because...
All right, okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake, of course.
50, all right, okay.
Thank you for the follow, Heroes Die Show.
Oh, cheers, thanks so much.
Oh, thanks.
So she walks into the kitchen and she's looking around, and then she kind of pops around and she goes, oh, they may shut your carpet in the stairs there, didn't they? She
They
walks
made
up
shy to the
stairs.
whole house, unfortunately.
When
Looks like it, doesn't
she goes to walk up the stairs, Orixium will say,
I understand your want to secure the property, but do you believe it is appropriate to be wandering our father's halls when he's not here?
I know your father well. I've taken whiskey and cigars up on the top floor of him many a time. They're and she stops and turns on her heel and looks at you, and you've definitely piqued her interest now. And she goes, "Why do you think I shouldn't be poking around here on temple business? Temple business gives me access to every house in this city, every warehouse in this city, every shop in this city. Why don't you explain yourself there, Orixium?
I simply state I do not know what business my father may have left laying out.
Whatever business he left
Politics,
laying out,
you know?
I was... Whoever... Politics, you say? Whoever business he left out, it was temple business. And she turns and walks up the stairs and pops out onto the second floor, which would be here. Yeah, so pops up here.
Could you put my token there so I can see?
Sorry, yeah.
No worries.
And Orixium, you going as well?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
then I'm
hold
going to shift ping so we're all in the same place. Ren, you're going as well. Cool, yeah.
Before she goes in, I'm just going to grab her arm and just say...
So this is second floor now, right?
Yeah.
This is where Evelyn is, if I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Evelyn's in there.
I'm going to just kind of pull her aside. Scales isn't really there, is she?
No.
No.
It's up on the top
Scales
floor.
is top floor.
Okay.
Okay.
Orixium will continue up to the top of the stairs at the top floor.
Okay.
Okay, let me just move you there.
I'm going to, just put her to the side a little bit, like just over to here.
Mhm.
And just say, I do have one other matter that I might ask you about. I think it's...
Right, all right. Well, this other matter, this wouldn't have come up now had I not started walking the halls of this house, would it?
Honestly, I'm not sure because it's a confusing situation.
Right, I see.
We were traveling with a fellow here, and I'm saying this so I'm out of earshot of Ren and stuff.
Yeah, Ren's followed Orixium top floor.
We were traveling with a fellow who seems to have there's no better way to say it. It seems that he wasn't able to handle the pressure of this life and he's left. Now, unfortunately, he had taken on a child that had recently become fatherless to look after.
Right.
And he's left her here. I think that's what Orixium was worried about. So
I see. So you're telling me there was a child here when
all of this happened, unfortunately, yes.
Oh, right, I see.
I was going to bring her along with Orixium tomorrow to yourself to see of your guidance.
I think. I mean, is there anyone that can look after her? Are you're already thinking of taking on the child?
Oh no, absolutely not. But
Maybe then.
her
The only
father
place-
died on the road here.
And what of the mother?
She doesn't speak of the mother. I assume she hasn't been around for a long time.
Right, I see. Only one place for her then, the orphanage, isn't it?
Would she not be best served as a servant of the one true God?
Our ranks are bolstered more than enough right now, Mazzello.
But as she's a child, it'd be a good few years before. And it keeps recruitment going in that sense. I just know she'd be safe with you guys, is what I'm saying.
Well, what makes you think she wouldn't be safe in the orphanage?
Well, you know yourself, like, them kinds of places you hear word and stories about. I'm not saying they're necessarily mistreated, but just that they don't get enough attention.
Right, well...
And she seems very sweet, but just very
Sweet.
misguided. Yes.
Very, very sweet but misguided, and you think that would make a good fit for the...
I think with good guidance,
And that kind.
she could be a good person.
Well, I happen to know we're not taking anyone on right now, and there are quite a few in the queue, as it were.
I understand.
So I think right now the best place for her is probably the orphanage.
As
She may not like it, but as you know, if she gets through and learns her maths, learns her sums, and learns her languages, then maybe we could maybe see if a space will open up for her. Maybe as a chronicler, something like that.
absolutely, I I take heedance in your guidance, and I appreciate it.
Right.
Um,
Thanks for the bless. Who gave us the bless?
Raven Ranger.
Raven Ranger, thank you. Cheers.
Yeah.
Nico, hey, thanks for joining us.
Hey, Nico.
And,
Hey.
And Lumbering Friday says a new church branch never goes wrong.
Yeah.
That's a reference to our home game.
I mean,
okay.
I don't actually know anyone there, so if you would maybe make an introduction for me so that I could take her along.
Yeah. I suppose you could go and talk to Daphne Yarn Gatherer.
Definitely, absolutely. Okay.
Daphne Yarn Gatherer. She be the first one you meet. Lovely old woman, human. Grey hair tied into a tight bun. She's grey and making cardigans, so she is.
Oh, lovely.
All
Cross,
right.
but, would you like to meet her?
What, the child?
Yes.
Fuck no.
Okay, well then don't go in that bedroom there.
Very so. Drew K says Ren is Daphne.
What?
Ren is Daphne instead of Daphne.
Oh, right. I thought you were just saying I was
Sola
laughing
says
at
gathers yarn for 56 cats. Cool. So she goes right. So
Nice.
she's in that room there. Is she right
Yes.
over there? All right. Well, let's be quiet then.
Yes.
And you
Thank you.
can see the thought of dealing with children has made her a little bit uncomfortable. And so she goes up the stairs.
While
I'll follow
they
her
were
up.
having that conversation down the bottom stairs, Ren is telepathically, just to make sure they're not overheard, going to first of all apologize to Erixium for using that, and then he's going to say, "Should we hide scales? Will that cause a commotion?"
Certainly will. Certainly will. In a land where Dragonborn no longer exists, if she walks up onto the 4th floor, and I'm surprised Mizzello didn't realize this, there will be fucking ructions.
I mean, to be fair, Mazelu did warn her, and Ren doesn't know that, but like in general.
Mizzello also said that he met the Platinum Dragon, so she's kind of taken that with a pinch of salt until this Dragonborn actually shows up.
Yeah, so like Ren would have, like, as he telepathically communicated to Erixium. I think Stephen, where you stepped away when I said that.
Which bit?
Ren said he was going to apologize to Erixium and then message him telepathically to say, "Hey, should we hide scales so this doesn't cause a?"
Erixium's thinking
invisible.
he's kind of got two things he needs to cover up, and
Yeah.
Can you respond telepathically?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a telepathic link. So
You can respond to this message.
You talk.
So she's walking around here now, and she walks in here, and this is where Darak almost got fucking completely murderized, I do believe. And yeah, there's like bloodstains all over the place here, mostly your blood, Darak. And she walks in here and she goes, "Oh right, well, you see where they came in there. Looks like you did. Looks like you fucking got 'em well here. Well done."
I will say on that floor there is a door that's been blown halfway across the.
Oh yeah, and
thing
she
from
walks
Ren
in
as well.
here.
Yeah.
This is not where Evelyn is, as far as I know.
Oh.
It's downstairs. And there's a single arm lying in the ground from where you thunder waved that guy. And a Raven's Ranger says, "As if you could hide scales."
I have invisibility. I can do something.
Hiding scales. I can't wait to see this cute classic Harry Hill movie. Sorry, Harry Hill music. Okay, cool. So she's making her way around here. I don't know if you guys want to, if Erixium, you want to do anything about this.
Yeah, like Ren's just waiting for Erixium because he has no idea how Platinum Dragon people will react to seeing a Dragonborn.
Okay.
He just doesn't feel like it'll be a big deal.
If it's known that Ren has invisibility, like 100% turn.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Ren.
scales
Yeah,
invisible.
he's not casted, but he's saying I can hide. He has said he can hide scales.
You have to see the
Go over
target,
it.
right?
Yeah, but Ren knows where scales is, so yeah, and they're up there. They walked up.
Oh, so you're up there with Erixium now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right, Grant. Scales is like...
Yeah, so like Ren will like shake Scales on the shoulder and be like, "Shh," and then Scales vanishes.
Oh, yeah, what? Tingly num-nums.
Yeah, just telepathically Ren will be like, stay very still and very quiet. People can't see you right now. And then just walk.
Scales is like, but I need to fart.
Do it now while I'm right here.
It tracks.
Yeah, Ren takes credit for it, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, guys."
There's a tail shake a little bit at the
Yeah,
end.
it did. The tail shakes a little bit. Yeah. And it's Scales' breath weapon is acid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a slight follow through of a kind of a sizzling liquid on the floor.
It just burns through the planks and just drips onto his head.
Scales is like, oh, what?
Shh.
Okay. Shh.
I'll buy you donuts. Just stay quiet.
Make a persuasion check.
I feel like I should get advantage for that, but okay. Yeah.
Yeah, go on. Donuts are involved, but we'll give you advantage.
Persuasion. I have a flat 0 to that, so here's hoping it goes well.
Jesus Christ.
No.
Oh, okay. Scales like, why should I?
Because there's somebody coming up here that it would be bad if they saw you. Right now.
Okay, well that's at 4, so Scales is sort of being to stand up. Did you cast invisibility?
Oh yeah, Scales is fully invisible right now.
Okay, alright. Erexium, do you want to try and maybe manage Scales, or are you busy? You're doing something else?
Yeah, he's currently in the room at the top of the stairs. There is a image of the floor covering the real floor.
Silent image.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That's my free cast of.
Okay. Oh, so in there, like on the
circles.
On the circle.
If she opens the door and looks in, it's standard floor.
Fucking hell. Okay. Is that concentration?
I don't believe so.
Have you got that little crinkle in the forehead? You're like.
He's definitely concentrating on it.
Drew gains the Scales farts go do re mi fart sol la ti do. Oh, I love it.
I'm also standing on the stairs waiting to go up before her up to the next
So
floor.
you can rock up and she goes, right, you made proper show your house there, Mazzelu. Your dad's gonna be fucking proper pissed when he gets home and eat. Oi.
Yeah, I know.
And she walks up.
As I get to the top,
What's your step?
because the floor's kind of crisp and burnt and stuff, can I try and like push my foot through the floorboard as if it's weak and fucked?
Yeah, give me a quick strength check.
Please roll well, please. Of all the fucking rolls I want well in this game, this one.
DC's not hard. 10 will do it.
Okay.
10 will do it. Yeah, you just now. You did. So I'm gonna retcon this a little bit. Give me let's just say an intelligence check to see if you manage to realize that you should moderate those footsteps and make them the same all the way up the stairs, or if you just go top, bang.
Oh,
you
right,
get to the top.
I get you.
So let's see if you've thought this through.
A 10.
10, yeah, that's fair enough. She clump. She looks down at you and she's kind of right.
And then, put my foot through and
She's like, oh.
I like reach out as if like to grab onto her arm or something and see if she'd help me up.
By the wings of the platinum dragon, you all right, Mazzelu?
I did tell you there was some rather large structural damage to the floor here.
Right. You all right?
Your step.
Yes, it's lads, get off of the floor. We'll have to wait until the builders come in.
Wouldn't recommend heavy armor up here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ren,
Hey,
let's go
hey.
downstairs. I don't want anyone up here until it's.
I'm low. All right, yeah. Give me I mean, you can certainly take the help action here, but give me a persuasion check, because this is like fucking well shaded.
Like it is, but it's also fairly reasonable.
Yeah.
So
It's why I've lowered the DC a little bit.
Advantage, you said, was it?
Yeah.
Right. 18.
All right.
Oh,
No, do you know what? I think I'll poke around a little bit if you don't mind. I'll watch my step, Mazzello. Don't you worry.
Okay, just be careful. I wouldn't want you going through the floor.
It's in here then.
The ground behind the bar there is pretty messed up. It's where that dead thing hit it with a fireball. So that's where it went off. I was right in the blast radius.
Right. She opens that door. She goes, oh, right. That's a lovely little shrine, isn't it?
You know, Father, he always has to have one.
Ah, it's very peaceful. We might pop in there on the way back and just have a little pray.
I mean, not even I'm allowed in there. That's Father's private sanctum.
Right. I won't go in there then.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
In
I'm
here.
sure my father would.
So many... She just closed the door.
Yep.
Okay. And she walks around and she looks in. She goes, all right. Disused room in a 4-story townhouse with a shit ton of rooms. You know you could get out some of the city's homeless in here. Just saying. She closed the door.
That's a word for my father, unfortunately.
She goes over and spins the globe. She goes, where do you think my finger's gonna land?
Somerton.
She goes, no. Huh. Garthas. She walks off.
With the way
Garthas.
with the way she's walking around, does it seem like she's very disrespectful of our father?
No.
Right.
No.
She's just seemingly trying to piss us off by staying up here more than we want her to.
Not at all. No. She's like, it's her job to say that she's walked the house and that she's investigated. If something were to come to light that she just took your word for, she would be up for the high jump, and she's too experienced for that. Yeah.
Not only that, she knows what pair of bollocks me and Erixium are.
Exactly. So I'm going to grab you all up. They're going to copy you, and I'm going to paste you over here.
Yeah, man, that's out a sigh of relief. As you realise the scales didn't do anything, and he's like, go back to sleep.
You just hear from the floor below you, get off the floor. It's dangerous.
Not sure why you haven't pinged. I'll just grab you and just fucking move you over there. Do. Okay, yeah. So she walks down. She comes to the outside of the house. I'm gonna shift ping you. Boop. And there she is there. So she walks down the stairs and she's, all right. Well, I tell you what, I'll get rid of that little Wayne. Send her down to the orphanage there. Daphne will look after her. Now look, the headmaster, Terence Trifle-Toe, is a bit of an old bollocks, but you know, he's more of an administrator than a people person, you know. But you know, he's the kind of person we need there, sitting behind the headmaster's desk. Now, before I go, we need to talk to you, Mazzello.
Yes, of course. Let us speak in the kitchen.
Wait, in the kitchen? All right. So she walks in, she closes the door, and she says,
Do you want us to take headphones off, or is it?
Nope.
Do they really think I look good today?
She goes, wait, is your brother single, is he? No, she says, she kind of...
You like an experienced woman.
Well, I am, that I am. She kind of plops up, kind of moves some stuff aside in the counter and just kind of just sits up there, and her legs trying to dangle, but they're actually still touching the floor, you know, given her height. And she looks at you and she says, nothing confirmed yet, but there's reports of some sort of magical disease sweeping through the city. We need I think given that you and your brother aren't currently deployed yet on anything official, we might ask you to investigate it.
Do you know what are the signs? What's happening?
Details are sketchy on the ground, Mazzello, but a chronic tiredness is the start of it. And then just one or two people have been walking around like zombies. Just absolutely exhausted.
And has there been?
There've been 15 of them so far. We've sent to a. We've had to reopen a wing in the old hospital. We're housing them there.
And has any restorations been performed? Are they effective?
They're not working. Lesser restoration, greater restoration, nothing.
So this is quite a serious matter then. Okay.
Very serious. If this gets out, Mazzaloo, you could have panic across the city.
Okay,
No,
which district did this start in?
We don't know yet. Seems to be scattered throughout the city of Artex. It's hard to know where now and why. But Mazzaloo, if I can impress anything on you, you keep that fucking information about those restoration spells to yourself. If it gets out that we're not able to contain this, if the magic of the Platinum Dragon is not strong enough to fight this, that'll be the start of something. It'll be the start of something terrible.
You know you can trust me. I'd rather end up like your friend in there than to give away any secrets of the Order.
Good. I'm happy to hear that, Mazzaloo. Happy to hear that. Right. I tell you what, you gotta get out of here. Stuff to do.
I'll
Platinum Dragon stuff.
I'll investigate and report back to you as soon as I can. And then
Right.
I think it'll be time to give you that discussion about the dragon himself.
I thought you were. Are you really gonna play along with this, Mazzaloo? I thought you was just being a smart arse. I always knew you to be.
I admit I can be a bit of a smart ass when times arise, but
You're telling me you actually met the Platinum Dragon? Because I tell you what, Mazzaloo, if you're on the level, that's a conversation you need to be having with the High Priest and not me.
if
And
I
you know
didn't,
what'll happen then.
if I didn't meet himself, I met the aspect of him. He saved me.
Right.
He and she can probably see Mazzelu's kind of getting a bit overwhelmed talking about it just because of how important it is to him.
Okay. All right. Okay.
He reached out. He offered me the chance to return. Any one of those out there will tell you that I had fallen. And when I came back, I not only had the blessing of the Platinum Dragon, I also had his wings for a very short amount of time. And you can ask any single one of them out there that I have traveled with. I don't take this on lightly. I understand the importance of this.
Bestowed upon you, Mazzaloo.
Yeah.
Just out of the goodness of his heart.
I like to think that it's because of my devoutness and my love for the one true God that he saw fit to
Did you offer him
save
anything,
me.
Mazzaloo?
Only
Your
what I've
eyes.
ever offered.
Her eyes bore into yours,
Yeah.
and she kind of steps in then, and towering over you, her eyes bore into you, and she goes, "In that moment, Mazzaloo, did you offer him anything to be saved?"
No, I offered nothing more than my undying devotion.
I do believe you did, didn't you?
I didn't offer, I was given a choice, but I didn't offer anything, so I'm not technically lying.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. And she
I'm very lawyer in this right now because
and so you fucking should be, my man. And she kind of leans in, and her eyes are just like two black pits of coal just staring at you. And you've experienced her sort of interrogating you for like misdemeanors as, you know, unruly teenagers, and that was intimidating. But this is theological stuff, and she takes that very fucking serious. And this is an intensity that you have not felt before. And she has such a presence right now.
Also, because of her pure, I want to say power over me, because she's literally been the person I've looked up to my whole life, working through this and everything. I'd also like to think that she'd know me well enough to know when I'm being a bollocks and when I'm not. So, yeah.
Yeah, but, you know...
Yeah, she's still making sure I'm not being a bollocks.
Yeah, she is. But also, there, like, you did detect when you spoke about Valder, and you, and as forthcoming as you were, back when you were first in her office, through that anger, you did sense a very palpable amount of disappointment in you, given that she has cultivated you for higher things.
Yeah.
And you've had many chats about politics and how the politics of the kingdom interact with politics of the church, and how idealism within the church needs to be contained and channeled, because, like, as I said before, you know, churches only exist at the whim of the kingdom.
Yes, of course, yeah.
And they operate within those frameworks. So while they are powerful, they could be stamped out.
Yeah. I've got to skirt the line. Yeah, I understand.
And she was disappointed in how, like I say, how forthcoming you were, and how stark you were with those revelations, and so yeah, she kind of steps back and she goes, "We wish you hadn't told me that, Mazellu."
Other than my brother and my mother and father, I don't believe there's anyone else in this world I trust more than you.
Is this going on the record, Mazellu?
No. You never were told anything. You know nothing.
And as she
I've
says
kept
that,
this to myself.
She goes and closes that door, and that door, you know, as before she asks you that. She goes, "Right. You understand the burden I now carry, Mazellu?"
I do. And I can be nothing but apologetic about that.
Right, I see. Well, I should like to hear more about it at some point. But for now,
may I take a burden from you? How do you know Velda?
You're just dropping it there.
Mm-hmm.
Is this before the door opens?
Yeah, this is before she's walking up, she's reaching for the door handle, and I say that.
Okay. Her hand goes to the door. Her left hand, her right hand just goes and settles in the back of them all. And she just scratches the back of her head. She turns around and she goes, what you think gives you the authority to ask such a question, Mazellu?
I have none. I just burdened you with great knowledge. I figured, as I have entrusted you with that, maybe you could entrust me with the information you would have about this man that may help me investigate this issue properly.
Bab and MF, it's blesses. So if you use your channel points, you can give everyone. You can give either the DM or the players a bless. And welcome to the stream, by the way. So basically, what that means is it's 5,000 channel points to give somebody a bless, and they can use that as a D4 to add to a saving throw. They can use it as a D4 to add to an attack roll. Generally, anything with a D20 except for death saves. So zooming back into this scene. She says, she kind of, her hand runs down her face. She goes, "You always were a perceptive one, weren't you, Mazellu?"
As you taught me.
We may have taught you. Nico's giving you a bless there, Mazellu.
Hey, Nico, thank you very much.
Need it.
I might need it, yeah.
Maybe I taught you too well, Mizzaloo. And she kind of leans her back against the closed door now. And her eye is looking to this door here. Sorry, here. And you can see her scanning the kitchen.
I could do something that might make you feel more at ease if you wish. Something you've seen me do many a time.
What's that, Mizzaloo?
I can cast silence outside of the door that you're standing behind if you...
I can do that myself, Mizzaloo.
I know, I was just trying to help.
Right. He showed up. He showed up here not long after you two left. Appeared in a flash of light right there in the temple. Demanding to speak to the high priest. Sent by the king, he said you were. We brought him. We brought him to speak to the high priest. Doors were closed. It was a closed door meeting. He left. We were instructed to give him all the help and assistance he required. He needed to delve through our tomes. Down the library. Access. Unfettered access. Books I haven't even seen, Mizzaloo.
I find it no surprise then that the place of which I found him and he forced us as a group to delve into was the tomb of the Platinum Heroes.
Well, you see, I've heard of it. Obviously, I've never been there. You have. You got one up on me now. All right. Now you've got your information, Mizzaloo. What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to do what I do best.
And what's that? Fuck everything up.
Does it not always come out shining platinum afterwards?
After some buffing and cleaning, yes, it does.
Well, you know me, and I'll go, like on my shield. I'm pretty good at buffing things up.
I see. Right. Well, I tell you what then. I don't know who he is. I don't know how he has such access to the High Priest, to the Platinum Dragon. I don't know what he knows, who he knows. But he's a man that's not to be trifled with.
Or trusted.
That remains to be seen from me, from my end. We can take your word for it. I'm off, Mizzaloo. You mind yourself. Seems like you two have certainly kicked an hornet's nest.
I will deliver his justice.
I've no doubt you will, Mizzaloo. If you need help, and I can give it, I certainly will. But I tell you, you tread fucking carefully. Right?
I hear it. I understand, and I hear.
So I stick my neck out for you and it gets chopped off, Mizzaloo.
It will never happen. Not from my ears and my mouth.
Right. So she walks out. Ren thanks her for the information in the ear. Erickson, do you want to say anything as she walks past?
No, he'll just...
Not gonna ask her on a date or anything?
No, he knows what that mace can do.
That's it. Okay, so she walks out. And she turns and she stops at the door and turns around, looks at Erixium, raises an eyebrow and then walks away. think that is where we're going to take our break. So, thanks for sticking with us.
I'm just gonna walk out and be like, I think you're in there, brother.
Yeah.
I think she's in there. We should be very careful. Thanks everyone for sticking with us. It's an European story and lore dropping episode. It's quite heavy in that thing. Yeah, there may be some shit storms yet, but we'll see you back in about 5 minutes. Thanks for sticking with us.
Thank you, guys.
And you're welcome back to part 2 of the Sopherone Saga, episode 43. This episode is called Inquiries, and we had a new viewer ask what's going on. Basically, how do we explain this? So everyone's level 7, and basically what's going level 8 or 7?
Yeah.
8?
Yeah, I think we're 8.
8,
yeah.
Okay, grand. Everyone's level 8, and long and the short of it is they've come from saving the day in Templetown to arrive at the city of Artex, which is kind of Arc 2 of the campaign. And since they got here, it turns out that there is a masked vigilante who is dressed very similar to the way our party wizard used to be dressed, almost identically, some might say. What we have is summarize it in a haiku. Fuck off, Nico. And we also have our warlock turned paladin Orixium, who abandoned his patron and now is seeing the consequences of that, as this is exactly what happened with this attack last night. So
wow.
Shithawk is riding with a party of 43. Thanks so much.
Whoa, thanks a million, guys.
So what we have is that, and that's going to go on for quite some time, but also there's a lot going on in the party. So anyway, look, here we are. Thank you very much, Shithawk, and everyone else for coming along. We have just Mizelu has just his old boss has just left him there after grilling the shit out of him. So what happens now is, with this early morning in the winter city of Artex, the rain is coming down heavy again. You can hear part of it turning to hail, hitting the roof and the windows, and your large 7-foot-tall manservant is like again shoveling the stuff out and shoveling the hail and the snow and all the rest of it out, and down the stairs comes young Evelyn Saber. She goes, excuse me, sir. What will become of me? She's talking
to the workhouse.
You,
No. I didn't say that out loud.
I'm sorry?
I didn't say that out loud.
We're going to take you to a nice home for children where they'll be able to look after you properly.
And with that, her eyes go wide. And she goes and she says, it's not an orphanage, is it?
It is, but...
Terrible tales.
I know, but the orphanage here is run by a very nice lady, and I'm sure she looks after her kids very well.
They're all nice when the adults leave you in. Have you never seen that musical?
I'm not really one for musicals. Which one?
Right. Oh, Danny, I think it is. I'm not sure.
Yeah, let's say that.
She goes, I don't want to leave. Please, Miss Ella, don't send me away. I've just lost my father, and I've lost Jaden as well. Well, rather, he left me.
Wait, what?
And I'm just going to do that. You know, where you put the hand out with the finger up, like shush, towards Ren. He's not one for musicals. He says with a straight face. I'm going to sweep her up.
At least my father didn't have a choice when he left me. And
Tell me, child, do you have a mother?
She's dead. Okay, can I go now?
Go where?
Hmm?
Go where?
And with that, her body language kind of deflates, and she begins to weep. And she goes, I don't know.
Why don't we? Why don't we go?
There he is in chat himself. Fucking Shane. Look what you caused. You did this.
She
Why
leans
don't
in
we,
and she puts her arms around your neck, Mazello, and she leans in. And she whispers in your ear, "Can I tell you a secret?"
Yes, of course.
He gave me hope.
Who did?
Jaden.
Hope of what?
He said I could come with him. And then he abandoned me. I'm going to kill him one day.
If it makes you feel any better, from what I hear, he does that to everyone.
At least you knew.
I, however, am not abandoning you so much as giving you a much better life than I could ever give you. My life isn't the sort of life a lovely young lady as yourself should ever have to endure.
I see.
As they get to this point where she's kind of following Mizelu, she'll see for maybe the first time Orixium not in his gleaming platinum armor. He's just in a robe and his eyes milky white and the scars on his face blatant.
And she looks thoroughly disgusted and repulsed by your appearance. She goes, "Is that your... What happened to him?"
Life.
Mizelu, what happened to him?
This is the sort of life you would unfortunately be around if you stayed with us.
Can I just point out, guys, we have 125 viewers right now. That's
Hey,
Yeah.
thanks everyone.
insane.
And she...
I'll just drop like crazy again.
Okay. So she looks at you and she says, "He's cool."
He is pretty cool. And as I'm walking out the door, kind of holding out, you know, like how you lift up a kid and you kind of carry him on your hip kind of thing. And I'm walking out the door and I'm just saying to her, like, yes, he's my big brother. He is pretty cool.
He's your big brother. Oh,
Yes.
thought you were the one in charge.
No. I'm just the one that has to keep his armor on all the time.
Oh, well, I should probably put this on the table. I don't want to go to the orphanage. But you're going to tell me I have to, right?
Do you have a better option? We're open to hear it.
I could become an adventurer like him. Get all scarred up and awesome.
It's not as fun as it seems, Evelyn.
She's not looking at you. She's looking at Mazzella, but she's...
No,
she,
I know she's
she can
looking
obviously
at
hear
it.
you. Yeah.
It's
Right.
being an adventurer is it's a long and painful road. We don't do this because we want to. We do this because we have to.
Have you ever... Tell me, child, you must have been told stories by your father. Have you ever heard of the story of a young gentleman by the name of Marcus Aurelius?
No. I haven't.
Okay, let me tell you about it.
I'm a collector of stories of sorts. I love stories and tales.
Let me tell you on the way. And I'm
Oh.
going to just give a nod to Orixium and I'm going to start walking her towards the orphanage.
Okay, I'm going to move you all over to the orphanage.
Well,
Oh, wow.
before they leave, or I suppose we're going with them, but Reynolds will do it anyways. He's going to pull out his coin pouch and he's going to take out 10 gold,
Mhm.
and he's going to hand it to Evelyn. And he's like,
Oh,
"Not a lot, but
you're going to give a child 10 gold. Okay, that's about
Yeah.
to hit the orphanage.
yeah,
No worries.
He's like, before we arrive, like, I mean, look, we don't have to do it like role play it, but before we arrive, if you want to buy yourself some things, so you have your own belongings
Okay.
when you get there, I'll happily fund the gold.
Aye.
So.
You know
Definitely
that
picked the
that
wrong
kid's a
music for
target
that.
bullying now, right?
That's exactly what.
That's not what
fucking
Ren's trying.
kid.
Ren's not trying to.
Rich
Ren's is trying to
kid.
basically give her some money so she can get some like decent clothes and stuff.
Yeah, no, she's going to go and buy a big fat bag of sweets, get overpriced for that. The kids are going to rob off of her.
Absolutely.
Okay, but he means well. That's all I'm saying.
He might mean
cool,
well,
cool.
but
all right.
he's not a very smart wizard. Is all I'm saying.
He's not
cool,
there.
cool,
He's
cool.
never been to school or in an orphanage or anything like that. He doesn't have
He's a
confidence.
wizard.
Fucking lucky
Never went to
him.
school. He's
Fair
self-taught.
enough. So yeah, over the journey anyway, she'll get this story about Marcus Aurelius, who was this young man who started off in an orphanage, and he ended up being one of the best adventurers in the world.
Well, your man from Gladiator.
I need
Shut
to
up, you.
I need to hear that happens at some point, but
We'll do a little mini stream of me explaining
yeah,
that
one of the
to her.
best. Marcus Aurelius is fucking
We'll make it Twitch for make it
hero
clip for, like,
fucking
TikTok or
arc.
something.
Okay, cool. I'm
Yeah.
gonna just get a token for her there. Unfortunately, it doesn't look great, but anyway.
We'll do a little video and just stick it up on the YouTube or something.
Yeah, cool. So there she is there. And as you walk, as you approach, so the orphanage of Artex is down in the squalors, and unsurprisingly, and as you walk down there, you're kind of shuffling through the streets, and you can see the squalors is probably the last part of the city that will be sort of cleaned of all of the heavy hail and snow that that the storm deposited the night before. So as you kind of make your way through the slush, your feet slushing through all this hail and snow, you do give me a perception check on just Mazzelu.
I was going to say, while I'm walking her there as well, I am actually looking out to see if there's any afflictions of
That's exactly
what I've been
what I'm
told.
asking for.
Yeah.
A perception check. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I was going to be doing that
Yeah.
for sure. That's a 23 or a 23.
we'll take the 23, I guess. And as you walk there, you do see one or two people just walking along like that, the head kind of hanging over the shoulder. Very aware of where they're going, but like just they they've no strength left in their bodies. They've no power just to hold that head up in your neck to sort of stop your shoulders from slumping. And this must be a crucial journey for them, because you get the impression the one or two people that you've seen out in the street, they either went out because they're starving or for some other reason of pure survival, because they look like they have not the energy to, like, they can barely take another step.
Okay. So they're devoid of energy, essentially.
Yeah, but I mean,
Right.
they're still present. They're not zombies.
Yeah. Okay.
One of them walks up to you and is. Are you carrying Evelyn?
Yeah. Because I've got her
And he
swaddled
just,
up in my cloak or whatever to keep her warm as well.
And he falls on top of you. He's like, "Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. Here's some food. Here's some food. I know the man I was. The exhaustion.
I'm gonna hold him for a second, and I'm gonna kind of, just lean over towards Ren and just be like, I need to know what he's thinking.
Go detect thoughts. Precast.
Okay, detect thoughts. And so you're going to get surface thoughts, which
I'm not going for surface thoughts.
Okay, so he needs to make a wisdom saving throw, correct? What's the DC?
How many levels of exhaustion this guy got? That DC now.
What's the DC, Carrick?
15.
15.
So what did he get there? As rolled?
19.
19.
And a 1. Oh.
So he's at disadvantage, but the 1 brings it to a 13, because I used a bless.
All right.
And so you get, with detect thoughts, you get nightmares. You get, he hasn't slept for days. Anytime he does sleep, it's terror, and it's it's a feeling of helplessness. It's a feeling of not having the tools or the weapons to fight whatever is doing this to him.
Can I try push a bit deeper and try to like see if I can find the root of what's causing this?
Is this a part of? I thought you had already pushed deeper.
That's not the service thoughts, but Ren's trying to kind of like search around a bit.
But what I've given you is you pushing deeper.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Right. So the surface thoughts were tiredness, hunger, and impossible journey. Basically, like getting from here to the shops. And then the deeper thoughts are finding it impossible to sleep. When he does sleep, something is there, and something he doesn't know how to fight. And as you examine this man now, he's a human man in his 50s or 60s. He's battle scarred, and you can see he's kind of wearing a heavy long coat, but the shirt is open, and you can see along here, like there is a kind of a very obvious to anyone who's been in the military, a welt here, like, which is indicative of carrying a heavy weapon. So the strap mark that will leave all the way down there over years and years and years of service, that's there, and you can see. So he's not.
Is there any other marks on his neck by any chance?
He's not on.
Good question.
He's on you, so this will be an investigation. Because you are kind of rooting around a little bit. So.
I am trying to investigate if there's any obvious signs of.
Yeah.
I'm still in his mind, so if he starts thinking anything of this, I'll
8.
8. He's
I'm gonna use a bless to try and hopefully push that over a 10 at least.
Okay.
Oh, it's a 10.
So that will get you to a 10. With the 10, so Babin says we have Babin MF until midnight. Hope you're enjoying it, mate.
He's a vampire too.
yeah. Okay, so as you kind of rifle around there, and like that, that's when you do see that, those heavy scars from carrying, and you've seen the same on Guardian Berethia, just from that huge leather harness that she wears to carry that two-handed maul.
Yeah.
And it's something similar here. But with a 10, there's no obvious marks. I assume that you're looking around the neck. There's no obvious marks of vampirism
head,
or... Yeah, nothing that you can see.
Okay.
While still reading his thoughts, Ren's gonna speak and say, he was like, when did this begin?
And he kind of jolts awake a little bit for a second, and the light comes back to his eyes. And he's 6 days ago.
Did something happen that day?
And he's gone again.
Out of the ordinary.
I'm first of all making sure to have I can't remember her name, the kid. I'm Evelyn. I'm making sure to cover her ears so she doesn't hear any of this. And then also giving Ren a quick look, and then I'm just gonna say to the gentleman, why don't you head over to the Platinum Dragons sanctuary there? They'll hopefully give you some food and some warmth, okay?
And he kind of goes, I've got to get back to my lady wife. She's worse than me. I can't. Where am I anyway in the city? God, how long has it been? Amanda. Oh my God. Have I left her? And he just starts to wander off. Oh, you're dropping a divine sense. The presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor. There is no... You detect no fiend activity or undead activity. And there is no consecration or desecration.
Okay.
And they kind of stroll off. Okay, first time chatter, Lady Tears. I love you, Carrick.
Yeah, it's a friend of mine.
Carrick, is your mom in chat?
No, it's
That's what Solo said as well.
I shared the stream in another Discord when we got the raid, and a few of them joined in.
Okay. Tara moment, detect farts.
Is this the orphanage on O'Connell Street? Drew Kane, I feel like, is this a reference to me, my surname being O'Connell, or is there actually an orphanage on O'Connell Street?
It's a taking the piss that there's a junkie like bloke.
Right.
Oh, okay. Okay, so he kind of wanders off.
I gave him 2 silver for the hostel.
So yeah, as you are there, this halfling man kind of walks out the door and he goes, hello. And he's a small little, obviously it's not a halfling token, but he's a small little halfling man. He's wearing very, very loose fitting, almost look like pajamas. And he's got like an open house coat there, and he's got a very, very, very long, what looks like a wooden cigarette holder in his mouth. He's got black hair slicked across. He's clearly going bald, but he hasn't been able to admit it. Slicked across his head. And Lady Tyr says they're married, and he says, "Yo, you got another child to bring in the orphanage.
I still have the tech thoughts up.
This is why we're here. Aren't you a lovely little girl?
And who are you?
Let me open my notes. And he goes,
Is this Terrence?
Terrence Trifle, headmaster of the orphanage. And it's great.
I'm going to swing my detect thoughts around onto him. I'm not going to delve in, but I want to get an idea of what's actually going through his mind right now. Oh god, here they come.
Let's go, Carrie. We believe in you. Okay, cool. So, surface thoughts are,
I'm basically trying to figure out: does he just sound creepy?
I know what you're trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure out how to present it to you. So,
yeah.
His surface thoughts are. What are his surface thoughts? Because this is tricky. He is
another slab of meat for the grinder.
Well, greed is his first surface thought, right? Because the orphanage is paid a certain amount per child.
Yeah.
And they're brought in, and he's just like, and this is, topping up the coffers, as it were. And he says, yeah, come on in there. And everybody's screaming, Sir, the Platinum Dragon is here. Yes. Yeah, well, where'd you find this one? Where did you find this one? Can you tell me it's a little hardy owl.
Would Daphne be around by any chance? I was told to ask for her.
Daphne. She's out gathering yarn. little this.
Listen, the
Her second name is Yarn Gatherer.
A hard few days. We'd really like to just move this process along. If Daphne's around, go get her.
You shut your mouth. I'm in charge here. This is my domain.
Ren because he has the insight of like what's going on with this guy. He's just looking at him dead in the face. Like,
he's furious that you have challenged his authority on his patch. Furious.
And I will add, this child's under our protection. So
as soon as she comes through these doors, she's under my protection.
Right, we'll go get Daphne anyways. That's who we were told to speak.
Let us maybe come in and wait for Daphne. Would that be okay?
I'm the headmaster here.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll
I know,
deal with
but
this.
I totally agree, and you and me can.
As he storms off, Ren is going to telepathically to Mazel, being like, "I don't trust this man."
He goes and sits down in this ornate chair.
We walk in. Oh yeah. So yeah, I'll walk through then. Is this like waiting seats? Is it?
Yeah, you can see here now it's a long corridor, and what were once ornate and maybe expensive tiles have been worn down through decades of scuffling feet and shuffling feet, walking hither and thither. You can see through this door. He's sitting down in his chair, which looks like a kind of a regal, resplendent, golden, almost theatrical prop of a throne. You sit down, and in this room, you say, "Hey, come in." You wow there, children. As you pass, there's a dirty there's a young girl, maybe about 7 or 8, with purple eyes, and long kind of stringy hair, and there's a young boy there as well, elven child with these radiant yellow eyes, and he says,
we're walking through, can I just do a quick scan of like the surface thoughts in the room, just to get a vibe of do the kids feel safe here is kind of what I'm trying to figure out.
These 2 kids are, with your surface thoughts, they are awaiting punishment, and they know it's their fault. They're also hungry.
Okay.
As I go past Orixium, I'm just going to kind of give him a nod, and then like a nod towards the kids, and then I'll push on through, and I'll go and sit at the desk of this gentleman.
All right, let me just grab
Can I take out a pack of rations then as I'm walking past and just kind of set it down beside him and then just be like, thumbs up to the kids and then walk past? Just as they look hungry.
As they... Next moment, all the children break into song and dance. It's the hard knock life. For us soul has a fucking nail on the head.
That's
The
what
way Ren's behaving, he's that man that goes into the middle of the pigeons and throws the seeds up in the air. Like,
That's it. Yeah, Ren's is like, have some food. He feels
as you walk in there, like,
Akumo in chat says someone cast Eldritch Blast, so Orixium, that's on you.
Yeah. Nice.
Wouldn't be freaking out if she knew Ren was in here. By the way.
As you pull the rations from your pack, and pass them over. Move your token in, please. And pass them over. You can see you do catch this girl here with her hand all the way in your bag of holding, and she stops.
Kid,
her hand is still in there, and she looks at you and she goes,
yeah, there's nothing in the bag. It's empty.
She goes, let's see.
Huh?
She goes, gold.
I don't keep the gold in the bag of holding. So.
You're not? Okay. Okay. But she did know what it was, which is interesting. So as Mazzella walks in, Derek, you walk in and immediately you can see the color drains out of their face. He goes, oh my God. It's a Raven Queen fellow. It's a Raven Queen fellow. Mister. And she's tugging at your armor now. And she's, Mister.
Yes.
Can you kill old Wanky Pants in there? Can you have the Raven Queen come for him? He's a prick. He's an awful bollocks. Can you kill him?
What's he doing? Why do you say that?
He's just a prick. We hate him.
What's the reason why you hate him? Why you say he's a prick?
We're always hungry. He makes us work.
You give him a reason to be a prick to you.
As that discussion is happening, he leaves the table and he kind of storms out and he goes, you get back to your place. You get back to your place, you little shit. And she goes, oh, sorry. And she jumps back there and he goes, and he looks at you, Derek, and he goes, I'll have words with you. And he comes in and closes the door. He says,
okay.
No. So, who's this lovely little girl then? What's your name, dearie? She looks at you and she goes, I don't like it. Lady Tyr says, free adoption.
Yeah. They will 100% die out on the road with us, considering what Dave throws at us. So I don't know about that.
And he says, so, man of the cloth, they no room in the church, then, did they not? No room in the church. You got enough acolytes, have you? Starting to overflow into my business, my orphanage here. All right.
There is certainly enough of us to keep an eye on prospective acolytes.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Right. Well, you tell them the price has gone up.
Oh, how so?
Well, it used to be... Well, inflation, innit? Inflation's gone up, price has gone up, food's gone up, everything else has gone up. So you tell him, price has gone up by 3 silver a child.
3 silver a year? That doesn't seem too bad.
3 silver a day. Bedding, food, education, all this shit.
As little as I know about these establishments, would I know that that's absolutely taking the piss?
I was about to say
Redwood.
Yeah.
Did you burst through the door, did you?
No, Ren was... sorry, I didn't move my token. Ren had followed you in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Derek, you're moving around, are you?
Definitely.
Okay. I'm just gonna shift focus to Derek here.
Yeah.
As this conversation is going on, Derek, you as you kind of walk through this door now, you can see there's a locked door here, there's a door here, and the wooden floor has been again worn down, especially the center of it. There's a clear pathway of kind of hard bottom shoes that have just worn down these floorboards over decades of the same journey, you know, say the kitchen, the mess hall, class 1, class 2, and then they all seem to have this same routine and this route through this orphanage. As you walk through, you can see, you can hear the sound of, it just sounds busy. Through this door here, you can hear ABCs in you speak Dwarven, there's ABCs in Dwarven, and there's also do you speak Elvish?
Let me see. I think so. Let me see. What was language? No, I don't.
Okay, well, there's ABCs in the language. It's quite clear it's ABCs, but it's because it has that sort of recited cadence and rhythm to it, and it's quite clear that they're learning languages here. You can feel free to move about the place if you wish.
He wants to take this door here.
You click the door and it's seems to be locked. And you can see that it is locked there is a deadbolt on it, and there's a padlock, and there's also a lock on the door. Like in the actual keyhole.
Question: is it something to keep something inside or something to not enter?
Where's my fucking thing not working?
He's continuing down with, and also trying. Come on.
So you're moving down there, and you're opening the door, and as you open the door, you can move in there if you wish. So our folks can see. You can see there's kids there at the moment. There's no teacher here, but they're all sort of busy reciting these ABCs and 1, 2, 3s in Dwarven, and they open and they're like, this girl here, she's got these vivid purple eyes and this kind of green fringe, and she goes her head kind of twists. She goes, welcome. Are you here to teach us? She stands up and walks to the wall, and she puts her ear to it and just begins to scrape her hand down the wall, and she goes, they can hear you better if you put your ear to the wall. Begins to scrape. She looks at you and her eyes go wide.
And Derek's just like, well, nope. One step back, close the door immediately. Wrong place.
Drew Keiko's just like unsub creepy. Give me a perception. I can't fuck. Something wrong with my fucking thing here.
A perception.
I'll get connected to my other thing. Oh, it's back. Cool. Yeah. Give me a perception check.
22.
22 as you're walking out and you close the door. You're. I got him good. He shot his armor, so he did.
Well, Derek is still like, nope. So far, he doesn't think this place is good for death. For the little one. He can't remember the name. Forgot to write it down.
Okay. So are you gonna keep wandering or?
He's still curious about what's going on. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Hey, that door is unlocked. You want to open the door? Yeah. Walk in. If you want to. So.
Comes into the office.
Opens and closes and opens and closes. So we'll get to that in just 1 second. Mazzelu, Ren, and the headmaster. He's like, hey, so tell him the price has gone up, innit? The price has gone up. I'm on they'll be stripped back to me bare bones here. I'm trying my best. It's just
That way you don't seem to be feeding the kids.
what?
Kids look pretty hungry.
They don't look hungry. They act hungry. Kids are always hungry.
About the price,
What?
you know it's wrong to lie in the face of a member of the clergy, right?
Am I lying?
Well, I don't believe your prices are quite that steep.
It's not you paying, is it? It's not you paying. It's the city.
Oh no, she's not here on the behest of the city or the behest of the church. I'm bringing her here.
Yeah, the city picks up the tab, though. You don't have to pay.
So why would I be telling the church that its price has gone up? Surely they've already been informed by you.
You seem like
Do you
one
have
of
a
his
patron?
connections, isn't it? You seem like the one of his connections. That's why I'm asking you. Pass on the information. The bill's going up.
So you want me to pass on this information, and what do I get in return for that?
You'll take extra special care of this one.
Now be careful what you say, because when you make an offer like that to a gentleman like me, you best keep it.
Extra special. She'll get the full
Does
treatment.
Does this feel
I'm
very?
still reading his mind, by the way, Dave. Like, or the surface thoughts. So one thought
Is there any way for him to know that you're reading a surface?
no
thought?
surface thoughts
Or
is
surface
completely
force.
anonymous. Yeah.
Am I getting a feeling of? There's no polite way to put this, of impropriety from him.
No.
He doesn't seem
Okay.
like a creep, but he seems like to what?
It's
like Ren-
all money with him.
It's
Yeah,
money.
Ren is
Okay, that's what I'm just
he's
checking. That's
getting
cool.
All money.
to
Cool.
Zelu as well. Like he's doing the mental link, and he's like,
We
oh,
discussed
he's
this
thinking
in the session 0. There will be never any instance of sexual assault or,
Yeah, okay,
or any
cool.
any of that weird shit in my game. So
Perfect. Yeah, no, that's excellent. Okay, so now I will say,
I didn't see Rixium in there. Yeah.
is the Rixium coming as well now?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So I'm going to be checking in rather regularly to make sure she is being looked after properly.
It's no problem.
I'm not here to tell you about your business, it's your own business, but she is our business, so I hope we have an understanding.
We might have an understanding if you maybe how can I put it? How about you supplement the costs of feeding and clothing and educating the child? Because it's clear the city of Artax isn't paying enough. A little bit of a supplemental payment. How's that sound to you?
Do I get the feel that
Okay.
he's actually probably lining his pockets?
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
I'll get you in a
Hey,
second.
Sorry,
Hang on.
Sorry, I wasn't sure if I
That's okay. No.
hear me.
I understand what you're saying, and how about this? I will, out of my own pocket, give you No one else. You. 10 gold.
Just rubbing his hands. 10 gold.
But
Was that a week or?
no, 10 gold.
Why?
And I may, dependent on how well she is tended to, give you more upon my return. However, I will tell you now, and I will warn you. Despite this chest plate, and despite my rather good manners right now, if I find out that you have not taken care of this child in such a manner as fitting as someone who has just received 10 gold, I will not only take you out and flog you in the streets in front of every single person, I will make sure you never see another coin in your life.
As he
Intimidation
says
check.
this-
Hang on, Carrie. Make an intimidation check with advantage.
Okay, I was just going to try help him get
A
advantage.
21 or a 21.
Rotate to 21. No, yeah, cool. I like what you're doing, Carrick, but I just wanted to, given how well Ryan RP'd that, I will always give it, I'll always give advantage just to if that moment is intense enough, and it certainly was. Okay. It's a protracted moment. Given his 19, and he does have a plus on this, but it doesn't meet your 21. It's a protracted moment where maybe 10 seconds, his eyes meet yours, and he eventually, the shoulders slump a little bit, and he looks down to his left, and
I'll start taking the 10 gold out of my coin purse, and I'm going to count each one out. 1, 2, and I never take my eyes off of his. 3, 4, and I get to 10. Do we have an agreement?
where are the coins?
There, I've laid them out like individually on the table in front of, between me and him.
The hand is shaking, reaching out, and it goes down onto the table. And in this kind of a sweeping motion, he's kind of collecting them all up, and he's just giving you this kind of nod. And it occurs to you that he's not even considering the consequences here. All that's on his mind right now is the gold.
That's fine, but he's going to feel the consequences if he doesn't do as I've told him.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it. But right now, what you have in front of you is an avaricious little man who is more interested in bureaucracy and what he can skim off the top than the kid's welfare. But also what you have is a man who is intelligent enough not to let the kid starve, because then he's off the gravy train.
Yeah.
So,
And obviously, like you said, he's smart enough to be skimming off the top of that. And Mazzelu, despite his upbringing and stuff, he doesn't actually have a problem with him doing that. Like, that's a business thing. That's fair. That's whatever. But just, if anyone, don't fuck with this kid is basically what his point is.
No, I get that. Let's
Once the kids are being looked after, fine, go
let's
for
pan
it.
the camera to
Okay.
Rixium. Rixium, you open the door, and there's a very, very large human man in there, and he's singing away, and he's like, he's pots and pans rattling and stuff like that, and he's like, well, we make the lunch today, isn't it grey? The clouds are grey outside, but I'm cooking my pot. Oh, I'm cooking my pot, cooking my motherfucker. Who the fuck are you?
What's on the menu today?
Your balls, mate. Who the fuck? You can see he reefs this kind of meat cleaver free of the wooden block it's been wedged into, and he goes, how the fuck did you get in here?
I don't recommend you do that.
You mean to cause harm to any of these kids? Oh, I'll sink this meat cleaver in your neck and I'll wet you out, and I'll sink it in your neck again, and then fucking again. Now tell me how the fuck you got in there.
I was invited by
By whom?
the greedy halfling, but I like your intention, friend.
I don't like yours. What are you doing in here?
I couldn't help but notice how hungry the children looked. Are you preparing their lunch or his?
Yes. Children are always hungry. You stuff their little poxy bellies and they want more. They want more. They want more. They get enough.
What is it you feed them?
Well, today it's mutton. Mutton and taters. With a side of carrots, some broccoli, and a little bit of as an hors d'oeuvre I've prepared sort of like it's an amuse-bouche. It's like a little sorbet. Cleanse the palate after the soup.
For the children.
Or are they getting bread and soup?
And he gets the mutton and the amuse.
That's mutton soup. There's a lot of mutton in that soup.
There'd be mutton for flavouring or mutton for substance.
No, not that bad. Mutton for substance. It's alright, eh? Kids
Who
get
wants
fed.
to?
He's not that fat, he's not eating all of it.
Raven
No,
Ranger
just-
says rat soup in chat.
Is it that?
Good soup.
Ratatouille.
Good soup.
Check for a mouse under his hat there.
So,
Anyway, you're not supposed to be in here.
And
The meat cleaver and he goes, that's the fucking end.
as he does the flick or Ixiom, whatever distance away, will do his own flick, except his isn't a cleaver. It's a 4 foot long sword.
You can see he's holding it and the hand just kind of reaches around and he grabs a paring knife. Fucking bring it.
Full armor and a shield.
Give me an intimidation check with advantage.
So we're gonna fight the orphanage, yeah? That's how this is going?
The orphanage is a
No
mimic.
advantage.
Fucking hell.
26.
Fucking 26. Okay, he kind of he the meat cleaver goes back and then he puts the paring thing down and he reaches out towards the wall where there's like loads of hooks and things hanging down and he goes, huh? Almost as if to ask your permission.
Yeah, nod.
And he pulls out a ladle, draws out a bowl. Draws out a ladle of soup, pours into a bowl. Goes, you want some mutton soup?
In a flash, the armor and the sword disappears and will take the ball.
Okay.
How does the soup taste? Like, is it actually nourishing soup or is it just like gruel?
So what I'm getting from that is that you're drinking it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, or eating it, as I say.
Yeah, it tastes it, yeah.
Cool. What's your Constitution saving throw modifier? I'm only joking. It tastes fine. And yeah, look, there's enough mutton in there. There's enough fiber and, you know, ground down and pulped vegetables that it's more than enough for a growing child. You know, it's not the best soup you've ever tasted, but it's certainly not the worst.
And
Like there'll
What
be
colour-
days on the road when you're kind of like, I wouldn't mind if I had a fucking bowl of that soup.
yeah. Oh, that's just like it was just watered down wheat or whatever.
No, it's fairly thick now. It's like almost like a broth.
What color are his eyes?
Color are his eyes? They're blue.
No, okay.
Why do you ask?
There seems to be a correlation between orphans and purple eyes developing.
Yeah, that's weird.
I will draw you back from that little precipice of paranoia and say that it is literally just it's a token pack that I bought today for kids.
No, it's not only that. It's that Ren says his eyes are purple and he's an orphan.
Oh, okay,
now there's
okay.
two
Ren's
more orphans in the same orphanage are purple.
Orphan's a weird term for Ren. Technically, yes, but he was never in an orphanage. So, like, his parents were both not around or dead.
Okay. So going back to I'll come back to Rixium in a second. Going back to the middle. So he's just sweeping his hand across. Then the door opens. The door closes. The door on the right here opens and it closes and then it opens again and in walks Derek. And you can see he sticks his head in, sees his business going on, closes it, and sees that he's been seen by everyone, so opens it and then walks back in. And he's like, he walks in here and he's, oh. You're clearly you're the Raven Queen, is he? Are you busy?
At the moment, no.
I've got a thing. I've got a thing on my ass. Can you fix it?
Derek is like confused face expression tilted.
Yes, it's rather unsightly, and you can see now, as you kind of look at this guy, you can see that his one shoulder is definitely higher, and half of the body is higher than the other. It's quite clearly on the right cheek. He's sitting on a cushion, and he's kind of like that, and he's you help me, you do you found cure diseases in there. It's an awful dose I've got on my arse cheek.
I see.
Why are the
I
tails
assume
sticking out of the mutton soups, Raven Ranger?
I assume he talks about the lesser restoration spell.
He doesn't really know the specifics and the ins and outs of spells. He just wants help.
Yeah, but I assume that's going to help, but I'm not sure
Right.
because
What is it on? Is it a mole or something? Or I think I missed that.
Are you? Well, he just said all he said was he has a problem.
Oh right. I thought he bared cheek and showed.
No. I was just explaining that like
I blanked
his
out for a second.
body language is kind of like one shoulder's higher than the other because he's clearly sitting on one arse cheek is sitting on a cushion and one isn't.
Well, first way to fix that is to not sit on top of your wallet, this greedy fucker.
Derek will ask like, okay, what's wrong? Like, why sit on a cushion?
I tell you what, could you come back? Maybe early in the morning, before everyone's up, and we can deal with this. Anyway, yeah. Well, give me your card. Have you got like a business card or something?
No.
Right. Well, I'll try and figure out how to get in touch with you. Monsignor, I appreciate your investment in this child, and I will make sure she gets the best possible treatment. And I believe our business is concluded here.
One question: are you the only person like giving lessons here and stuff?
No. There's a couple of teachers, probably in the teachers' lounge having a bit of a smoke. Why'd you ask?
Left the one class unattended there. It's like
It's not that strange. They might be a bit late to class.
so the
Derek,
teacher is late
behind you. You can see that girl, and her hair is down there. It's like, and she closes the door.
It's like the evil monkey from Family Guy.
And you, with your high passive perception, you can hear like a raucous laughter from the classroom.
Okay.
Guiding bolt.
I was thinking of that.
So
Guiding bolt, revivify. Guiding bolt, revivify. Guiding bolt, revivify.
Ren's killed enough kids.
Have you learned your lesson
all
yet?
those jokes Linda's made about Ren not being allowed in an orphanage because fireball. Here is that moment, fireball.
Yeah.
Derek is like, he actually wants to say, one moment please, open the door and just, because told the date but miss But let's just get the sound there. It's like you can play that game, but anyway, you won't do that.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay, cool. So he goes, I think our business is concluded here, is it? Yes.
I'm going to reach my hand across the table to take his hand, like a handshake.
As it's, all right. Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, and he goes, and he shakes your hand.
As he does, I'm going to grip it just a little bit tighter and just say, I never properly introduced myself. I am Zelu Grim. So, don't forget it. And I'm saying the Grim because obviously I know the name's quite well known in this city.
Yeah, absolutely. And he goes, pleasure to make your acquaintance. Yeah. Oh, I've heard of your father.
You'll be hearing more of me if you don't do as I've asked.
Very well, understood. Right. Yeah. Is that it then? Well, you're a little pretty one, aren't you? Come on, we get you and he kind of hoofs himself out of the seat and he goes, yeah, we'll get you all set up. Get your own bed. And you learn your ABC. Have you ever spoken to Dwarvish before? We teach Dwarvish here. And are you leaving, Mazzella?
Before they leave, can I just telepathically, very briefly to Evelyn, Ryan's going to say, hi, apologies for this, stay calm, it's just me. I just don't want him to hear me. Any issue, you're not being fed at all, or not being fed enough, being forced to work, anything like that, find the church, they'll probably help you.
She looks at you with murder in her eyes. She looks at you with murder in her eyes.
At me?
Yeah. And at Derek. And
we made an enemy.
Everyone can give me an insight check there.
Vendetta.
Why am I kicked? I've been knocked out of the game. 1 second, Dave.
Natural 1.
Derek, give me an insight check.
Also natural 1.
Oh. So I think this kid's just evil. I think Shane's done something to her.
Ryan, give me an insight check.
Sorry, my
That's okay, yeah. I'm very interested to see where this goes.
Can I argue for advantage by moving the detect thoughts over?
Sure.
Cool. Insight.
You're now invading the thoughts of a child.
I'm just cannon surface thoughts. I'm not invading anything.
20.
Yeah.
Ren, you've seen people at their best and at their worst, and you've seen people broken by consequence, and you've seen people broken by fate. But never have you been present at the moment
What happens?
that hope died. And right now, you have seen the moment that hope died in this child. That's where we're going to leave it for tonight. Thanks everyone for sticking with us. Thanks for the raid. We love you all. I do believe we're going to raid his cursedness. So please stick around. Thanks everyone who sticked around for us. And please do pop in on Sunday, where Stephen, who played Erixium, who just raided the pantry, will be DMing Sunless Citadel, and then Carrick on Tuesday, and then Ryan on Friday with the Consequential Quintrivium. We love you all. Thank you for sticking with us.
Be seeing you.
I'll see you soon.
See you guys.
See you later, guys.